the microphone is on or the camera's on or whatever the intro is, and I have an opinion. Nah, you know what? Nah, it's not one of those. It's its own video. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's just be realistic. Let's talk about real stuff here. Let's talk about it. All right. We all here. Everybody's gonna probably join the stream, and I'll respond to the comments too. We're all gonna be here. We're all gonna be all in this, cause I want you guys to debate with me. And the very second that y'all gonna waste time, not bring up valid points, valid arguments, valid things, I'm gonna ignore it or counteract that or counter that thing with facts. Which this entire stream, the goal is to talk about the facts. And Legendary Grand Entertainment is way more than what people think it is. Way more. And I just want to talk about, like I said, the facts, right? I want to talk like the real stuff. So let's talk about like what I do. I'm a president of Legendary Grand Entertainment. I got a video here I'll actually watch and recap. But I'm gonna really stick to just what Legendary Grand Entertainment is about, what it does, so on and so forth. And I've been building this thing for 23 years. I've been building this thing for so long until 2021 I found it. But in 2000 and like what, 17 or something, I've had it. I just haven't used it into its form that it is today. I haven't used it and made it Legendary Grand Entertainment. Y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, or you want to say something in the chat? You want to ask me a question and debate or whatever? Throw it in the chat now. I'm gonna talk and then I'm gonna read chat. So this is how this is gonna go. And I am a president and CEO and chairman, the highest position in Legendary Grand Entertainment. I create what I create. And now if I sign people or contract people, if I have teams, if I do it myself, no matter what, it's always something that I create, and it's stuff that I create. So really overall, it's I need some coffee. I need some freaking coffee. I just wanted to talk about, some of the criticism too, and really break it down to its purest form. So like I said, you can comment now. You can say what you want to say. But go ahead and do that while I talk and make the intro to explain everything that I want to explain. So, like I've been saying, Legendary Grand Entertainment is what it is, and how I've been saying for the longest time, it's nothing like ever been done before. It's different, way different than anything that's ever been released. No one has ever done anything like it except me. No one is handling all the business except me. I'm the one doing all these moves. I'm the one doing all of this. I'm the one doing everything. Let's see. Let me go with that cinnamon. What is it? I'm trying this out. I don't know. Shout out to them. What is it? Cinnamon dolce latte. So, like I said, it's something that even goes beyond people's understanding, to the point where, it'll get criticism. And it's unprofessional, obviously. But I want to respond and answer their questions. And ask them myself. And ask them, all right, what makes you feel that way? And because a couple of these people don't want to give me a phone call, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in this video. I'm gonna break down what they do and break down everything here and really look at things in its entirety. That's what we're here to do, everybody. You ask me some questions, and then me, I'm here to talk about this. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the facts. All right. Let's talk about real things. I'll go get my coffee when I feel like it, but for now, this is what it is. And Legendary Grand Entertainment is what I want it to be. It's something that I've always had. In like 2015, 16, I think probably 16, when I started making music, I started writing for as long as I can remember. You know, my dad was a writer. I don't know who else was a writer in my family, but I know my dad was. I have been. But one thing that I've always enjoyed about writing is you can do so much with it. You can make music, you can make film, you can make freaking ideas, you can make gaming ideas, like, you know, plans for things for there. You know, film ideas, you can write films, scripts for music, you can write how a song's gonna go, verse, chorus, slash hook, or verse, and then, you know, a little bit of an interlude, chorus, verse, you know, something like that. With writing, there's so many things that you're able to do. And it's like with that, there is just absolutely an unlimited amount of possibilities, and that's one of my favorite things to do. So, as I'm writing, I made something into music. And that was the very first venture I ventured into. In 2014, I was listening to music. Hip hop and rap was the first genre I listened to. I've always liked music, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to start listening to real music. So I listened to music that, you know, I grew up with and all that. So that's like hip hop and rap and all that. And quickly, really explaining, I've explained it in one of my interviews, but people saying I'm a culture vulture, nothing like that. I enjoy what I make. And if it's not considered hip hop or rap to some people, that's fine, because I don't necessarily call it hip hop or rap. I don't say that I rap on all my music or sing on all my music. I have my own authentic, unique style to myself that I like to do. It's rap, singing, and some other stuff, all in one. It's just what I want it to be. It's not rapping. It's not singing on every song. It's what I want it to be. So, you know, people can assume whatever they want to assume, but the answers are right here. And if it's coming from me, no other different answer can come out there and be proven right when I just prove what I just said is right. That's the facts right there. So there's that. And in 2015, I started making my own music. A lot of the old music back in the day, well, it's only like 11 years ago by now, 11 years ago, a decade ago. So I've been writing music for over a decade now. But around that time was when my first ever tracks came out. First few tracks, and I was releasing a few of them on YouTube, and then I unlisted some of them. I don't even know the freaking account details to all of that. So that's all gone. I was Venom Scorpion, Scorpius. I had a few different names that I was experimenting with. Um, uh, uh, there's just different ones. Shadow Killer. I don't freaking know. You know, there's a lot of different ones. And um, in 2016, I met a person I'll be talking about later on. Well, really, I've already met him, like what, 8 years before that. But and we were friends. We were friends all the way up until basically the next year. It didn't even last an entire year. Um, but you know, we've been friends from 2017 to years before that, and I'll get to that later. Like I said, I'm gonna do this intro part, and then I'm gonna read the comments, and I'm gonna get into the first one. We're gonna go in year order. All right, we're gonna go to each of the ones, and then we're gonna break it down, because a lot of people are misconceiving things and misunderstanding things. So I want to be here to explain these things to people that don't understand it. And it doesn't take critical thinking. It's not rocket science to understand these things that are just easy to understand straight up. It's just common sense, self-explanatory, most of these things. Well, some of these things. And it's just like things that they making it too overcomplicated, and they're turning it into something more than it really is, and they're trying to overcomplicate things, and then oversimplify it. So I want to let y'all know about that. So um I've been making music in 2016, 2015, and then I was starting to write Then I started to like write movies and stories and stuff like that. I don't know where some of them went. I had one called Small Town Big Fish. It might return, might not. I don't know. I need a co-star for that to happen. I don't even know where the original guy was gonna be in it, where he's at. I don't even know. He moved it like into the middle of the states, because basically everybody doesn't rock with Kingman, Arizona. People don't like that place, and I can definitely see why. I could definitely see why, because people that aren't even from Kingman that moved there, some of those people definitely already needed help before they got there, and then the town didn't really affect them. And if it did, because they're already on a bad path and they're already messing up and having a bad life already as it is. But the people in that town too wasn't a good, wasn't good for all that. So that probably added to that whole thing. So when they move out of the state, like the person I'm about to talk about later, then it is what it is. And then now seeing their behavior, whew, man. And I'll get into that later, like I said. But we're only bringing up facts. I'm not gonna spend hours and hours talking about the same things, repeating myself. I'm not trying to, sound like a broken record. I've said these things, and I've already said it. So this is the only stream that I'm about to, clear up some stuff, and allegations and stuff, and addressing some things. So I'm just gonna get into Legendary Grand Entertainment's origin, and then we're gonna get right to it. But we're getting close, so just have a little bit of more patience. We're almost done already. I think my coffee's done. I'll go in there while I explain this last part. All right. So stay with me now. Stay with me. Um, and around that time, I started to do that. 2017, I was starting to make a web series called World War III: Battle of the Treasure, and I really wanted to turn it into something bigger, because I didn't know, but like I was just writing and writing, and next thing you know, I made an entire storyline. I made an entire story for World War III: Battle of the Treasure. Now, it was originally called Nerf War: Battle of the Treasure, and I actually wasn't the one who uploaded most of the episodes, although I did get all the episodes from my channel and from the other person's channel. Actually, I think it was on my channel. That was Georgie the Bear was on that channel, but I guess Georgie the Bear has a little bit of a thing there. But let's smell that. Like, I accidentally bought dark roast for the first time, because I was like, it won't be that bad if I throw a little bit of creamer in it. I was wrong. You have to put, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I got to put way more in there. And I know it's like, what time is it? Like midnight. Wow, that's crazy. Dude, time is flying right now. It's like midnight right now, and I'm having coffee. It's because my sleep schedule is messed up. But, I'm working hard. I got to fix my sleep schedule, of course, yeah. But, when you're a man doing a lot of things, and not even a man, but when you're a person doing a lot of things, because for years people didn't want to do that. They say they want to do it. They say that they will help, and then you're the one that's here nowadays when it's actually going on and you have the opportunity to do it. Then, they come back for years and then blame you because you're being successful because of the stuff that you said was going to happen. Then it starts happening. And when I say you, I mean me. When I say all that stuff that I said was going to happen, I said it was going to happen. Next thing you know, some of that stuff's happening, and it's still eventually going to happen. Maybe not every goal that I've ever wanted is going to happen. Maybe not every dream that I've ever wanted to have, I live it. But at least I'm putting some stuff out there that I want to do. Now, other people don't have to like it. Just because I wanted to do FaZe Clan and be the new FaZe Clan, and wanted to do stuff like FaZe Clan because I was inspired, and I wanted to do esports, and I went on game battles and looked up that for years, and I've been planning to do that. Next the very second I'm able to do that, they shut it down. I made a video on it. So I was like, okay, so that's a missed opportunity, but I just now got the time. What's meant for you will come on time. And that's just real. That's just facts. And that's one of the quotes I saw. Um but just a lot of stuff that goes into this whole thing. And in 20 going back to this whole thing though, and leaving that for the side for a little bit. In 2017, I actually stopped hanging out with a friend that I'll bring up later. But we're just gonna call him Jay for now. Not JJ Orange. All right, don't get confused. They might have the same thing in common. All right, they might have some stuff in common. They might even talk right now. That's not, I'm not that close to JJ Orange. He does his own things. He's almost an adult, so it's all he does what he does. But we're not talking about that whole thing. That's JJ Orange's choice. That's not my choice. That's JJ Orange's choice. So if he wants to, you know, insinuate and encourage drama, then that's all him. I'm not saying that he's doing these things. I'm just saying if these things are true, then that's what he wants to do. That's JJ Orange's thing. That's not my thing. So Jay, stopped hanging out with him. 2017, he started acting a little weird. He started switching up. I'm like, I don't know where this energy is coming from, but I don't know what makes you try to feel like that. But whatever, bro. Like, you want to do you, you do you. Go do whatever you want to do. That's what I said. And then on my PlayStation 3, the gamer tag named Alpha Shadowhawk, this dude's like, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put it on my Xbox, even though it was from PlayStation 3 and it wasn't mine, and I never had it. I'm gonna just take it from him. He said himself, his exact words, his as in me, by the way, his exact words were, I'm gonna let you borrow this gamer tag while you're in the clan. Then I said, all right. And then all of a sudden, because we stopped hanging out, he thinks that he owns the gamer tag. And that's what he's using nowadays. That I don't care about. That's been an inactive account since what? The last time he's used it on the PlayStation 3, probably 2017, probably 2016. Doesn't matter. That was almost 10 years ago now that things haven't been used. So Alpha Shadowhawk has been inactive and hasn't even been a thing since 2016-17. So you can take out two of the words and try to make your own things up about it. Sure, you can do whatever you want. But, you know yourself the truth. I know the truth. We both know the truth. It stems from Alpha Shadowhawk, the gamer tag that was from Elite Killer Blade. But like I said again, that's for later. But these are things that people must know to understand these types of people. To understand this entire story. And understand all of this. Like I said, save your questions. Send them if you want. Come up with your own things while you're watching this. Comment it below. Comment it in chat. Say whatever you want to say. I'll get back to you right after I'm finishing the beginning. But this is part of the beginning of Legendary Grand Entertainment. This has nothing to do with Legendary Grand Entertainment. But because a series that was in Legendary Grand Entertainment, that was something that was going to be a big, huge storyline, a whole universe, a whole freaking... Bro, there's so much stuff planned for World War III Battle of Treasure. And then one of the biggest... There's two of the biggest stars. There was two. And one of them just left. Well, I was trying to build him to be a star, but you get what I mean. And one of them leaves. So now, the whole show's on my shoulders, and I have to write, even though I wrote like 99% of it anyway, the only thing he came up with was what his freaking name when I forced him to do a freestyle. I didn't force him, but I was beatboxing, and I was rapping, and then I passed it to him. Well, actually, no, I was beatboxing, and I let him rap first, and then he just freestyled that, and I guess he called himself Shadow, because of Alpha Shadowhawk, because that happened after we started hanging out again, the whole Call of Duty thing and all that. Then we did the World War III Battle Treasure stuff and then all that. And then I think that's where the Shadow 05094 or whatever that came from. But anyways, freaking, yeah, so no. I don't have anything to mix this with, so I'm going to use my glasses. Hold on, I want to show you guys. I'm a funny man. Yes, sir. See this? I'm using my glasses for this. When you have no more resources, that's what you do. All right, let's check this out. But these little details have to do with that. So they're important to this whole thing. And also they're important to tell his character and what this type of dude is. I don't care who he's turned into. I don't care for what he does, what Jay does. He seems to think that we had a really good friendship because of what? A couple to a few times in between those that we had good times and were like friend times. But no. When we started hanging out, we were just around each other. You could say, and everybody's subjective to the word friends. You can, have your own opinion on it. But I saw us as acquaintances. We had friend moments while we were acquaintances, but it doesn't mean that we were friends. If one person says that we were friends, him, and then I say that we aren't and we weren't, then we not. It's like a 50-50 thing. If one person says we not friends, then how can we be friends? If the other one's saying, like, it's like, when you multiply stuff and you multiply it by 0, it's always going to be 0, right? There you go. I mean, it's just the same thing. When one person is trying to fight the other person, but the other person's not trying to fight, is that a fight because one person's fighting? No, it's not. Both people have to fight for it to be a fight. I don't even got to look up the definition or description or nothing like that to even know that. But let's move on from that. Let's move on. 2017, that happened. So I dropped Jay. I was like, all right, you know what? That's how you feel. That's all good. But do your own thing. Don't involve me no more. And to your whole YouTube thing, I wish I could have showed you it more. I wish that you would have listened instead of tripping the freak out over nothing, of me asking you to hit clips. Everybody's different. But the fact that you get emotional over hitting clips, like, bro, you shouldn't have said yes to the whole clan thing. No, I'm just playing. You shouldn't have said yes to the whole YouTube thing. If it's too much and it's too stressful and it's too much on your plate, that wasn't the time. I didn't think about that at the time. I didn't think about that because my mentality was grind, hustle. I already had enough going on at home. I already had all this stuff going on at home, all this stress, all this issues and all this. So that's on its own. And I'll explain this in the documentary later on, the autobiography documentary, but we'll get to that later. Actually, I won't bring it up later probably. So, because I'm trying to like piece this together so y'all understand. So I am releasing that at some point, and I talk about the origins of Legendary Grand Entertainment. I just lost my train of thought. Pause. But his whole thing was that issue, and I'm like, all right, do your own thing. Let me get back to what I'm doing then. So I forgot what I was freaking talking about. So I saw freaking Legendary Grand Entertainment, right? No, actually, that's Cat. That's Cat. Hold on. Let me rephrase that. I just jumped right into that. I saw my music label that at the time, that's why I got this tattoo. All right, that's why I got this tattoo. This is where this came from. Scorpius. That was my first rap name. I was a rapper. When I first got into music, I was rapping. Because that was the first genre I liked. That was the first stuff I was listening to. So, that was the first genre that I liked. And that was the first thing that like really connected with me the most at that time. Nowadays, it's every type of music. And I love it universally. I don't care what it is. But of course, a lot of my knowledge is in hip-hop and rap. And I love that to this day. I still listen to it. I still make, roast tracks that are related to hip-hop and rap. But I don't equate it to just hip-hop and rap. I don't see it as an equal when I make those roast tracks. I see it as a song. And yes, it's close to what people think is a diss track, but it's not the same. The goals are not the same. When I make a roast track, the goal isn't to hurt that person. The goal is to let them know you want to have some competition. You want to challenge me. All right, let's get the lyricism going. Let's get the rapping. And if you cannot keep up, what are you doing? I don't know what to say to that. What else to say? So I took my label, Major Impact Records. Originally it was Major Supremacy Records. I'm like, I don't know if I like that name. Not for any specific reasons. I mean, one of them for sure. One of the words, but like I didn't like that. I didn't rock with that. When I was looking at that, I was like, and I was realizing some stuff. I'm like, overall, I don't think I like that. So I renamed it Major Impact Records. And then it turned from Major Impact Records to Core Impact Records. This is how many name changes this thing has gone through because it's just what I wanted to fit. You go through these name changes and you go through these things in life to find what you like the most and what fits. Maybe you try out what your mom does and then maybe you like it or not. And then you keep that in your life. You keep that going. You keep learning about it and you doing that. You want to do what your dad does, so you try out what your dad does. And then if you like something there, you keep doing that and you learn about it and you want it in your life and you start grinding about it. And if you don't like it, then, you know, maybe you try it, maybe you don't. It is what it is. Everybody's different. But you never know unless you try it. You never know. Um and um so cuz I hear a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I heard some people saying that I changed my name a lot and I've been through a lot of name changes. Yes, one of the reasons is because of all the stuff that I had going on in my past that's going on already. Not this online stuff, not whatever else is going on outside the family. This is just inside the family and just other stuff there. And so a lot of stress happened. I moved through a lot of channels. I changed my name a lot. I've changed my freaking YouTube channel's name a lot. I changed my artist name a lot, slash musician name a lot. Yes, okay, it happens. Oh well. You know, just because life don't go your way doesn't mean the world revolves around you and it has to go your way. You're not the president of the United States, bro. Sit down, relax. Um, you know, I'm just saying. Uh, and a lot of people seem to think that they want people. These are like manipulative, narcissistic people, even sociopaths, and a couple of them we're going to talk about later, or I'm going to talk about later. And a prime example of that is the people that want you to be a perfect version of what they want you to be. They want you to be a perfect whatever they want. Not even perfect, but like yeah, that too. They want you to be perfect and do what they want and do and say what they say and then move how they want you to move type of thing. But when you don't do that, they start getting mad. And when these people aren't even your friend, or they never had a friendship with you at all, they just been acquaintances. If you don't know what acquaintance means, I'll break it down for you. There's different like things here. There's homies, those are like best friends, closest friends, stuff like that. There's family, there's that. There's, you know, fans too, you could say, that are on the same level of acquaintances. And then you have friends that are like in the middle of acquaintances and best friends because they're just in the middle. This is how I see it, all right? This is real. And acquaintances are just like peers that are just people. They're just people. You don't like them, you don't hate them, you don't know about them. And that can be the same for friends. If I say someone's my friend, doesn't mean that I know everything about them. No matter if they're family, homies, friends, fans, acquaintances or not, doesn't mean I know everything about them. I'm not perfect. No human being is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Every human being makes mistakes. Not everybody's going to know everything about everything. Not everybody's been through the same experiences. Not everybody's been through the same thing. They're not going to know the same stuff as you. They're not going to know that stuff because only you went through that. So when I talk about the stuff that I went through and people don't understand that, I'm like, all right, I'm open to learning about their perspective and understanding. But if we can't come to an understanding, to a middle ground, and it's always negative and it's always something that's like always turning into something like a fight or drama or anything like that, that's not how I move. That's not how I rock. I don't rock with that. You want to do that? You do that over there. Make a little group of gamers or whatever. You do that over there. But me and Legendary Grand Entertainment, one of the reasons I made it is to bring people together. Not just me, and that's one of my goals, but also Legendary Grand Entertainment. And that's like the whole meaning of it. I want to bring everybody together to enjoy themselves, to relax, to kick back, to live life. And I want at least however much time I'm in their life, whether it's on content, whether it's in real life, whether they're an acquaintance, friend, fan, homie, family, whatever it is, I want to at least try to turn their life positive. I want to try to make them become their best self. I want to try to do everything I can to make sure that everything works for them. That's why I call myself Dr. Chef, the homie Zach 710 a little bit back in the day, and I name changed for that for a little bit because I was going to plan to be a doctor. That probably won't work, but I do like therapeutic things. I help people and talk to people. And because I've been in, you know, around so many people, a lot of people, and I know some of their experiences and their understandings and their opinions and their views and all that and their feelings on things. So when I talk to them, I see what they're talking about. I'm like, all right, I see what you're saying. Not everybody that I met I agreed with. Not everybody I met I disagreed with. Not everybody that I met liked me, and not everybody that I met didn't like me. So, you know, again, it's all different for everyone. Everyone's different. Everybody doesn't have to agree, but you got to realize when people don't agree, doesn't mean you got to be like, oh, you need to agree or I'm going to fight you. I'm going to start working out and training in boxing, YouTube boxing match, Critic Clash 3. I don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's not that. Like, it's not that deep. But some people are like, some people are different. Everybody's different, and they get emotional over those things. And a couple of those examples are a couple of people I'll be bringing up later. Shoot, I can bring up 3 people. Um, and they have one thing in common. They're all in that little gamer group that I've been talking about, and it's all over video games. Is why they are mad. But this isn't about video games. But yes, when I started on YouTube, and I'll get into that later, when I started, I was big on video games, and yeah, that was a lot of the content that I uploaded. But it didn't mean that I didn't upload for reviews. Didn't mean that I was trying to do a cooking show. Didn't get to that until this channel, the homies X710, and I'm talking about X Deadlies. That's my most popular channel at this point, and that's where a lot of these issues stem from. Is around that time of my life, because a lot of things were on in my life at that time too. So a lot of things are out of my control. I can't make everything perfect. If I can't make you happy, if we can't agree, why are you still here trying to drive your point and trying to, argue over something that obviously we're not going to agree on? So why can't you move on from that and do what you do? You feel what I'm saying? So anyway, so I've been writing for a long time. 2017, upload a little bit of music here and there, and then I made, a couple of meme songs like CGS Team Imperial about the Blaze Pop Tart thing back on the X Deadly's channel. I made a couple of meme songs, the Halloween 2018 rap, just a couple of funny things, and those alone, as a joke, they were freaking superior to just so many freaking songs that I've listened to that are hip hop slash rap. But that's besides the point. So 2018 happens. I'm working on stuff, and I tried bringing back World War III Battle of the Treasure and call it World War III Battle of the Treasure Rewritten. I'm not gonna lie, Toontown Rewritten. That was the name I got it from. You can be inspired and motivated, but it's a different thing when you straight up copying people. It's a whole different thing. When you start copying people, it's like, okay, now you're getting disrespectful. Now it's like, all right, now you're just trying to be the real thing. Now, whether it's good or not, some of those things are better than the original thing, but not all of it. And whether it's better or not, you still copied it. It's not your idea. My name, Homies X710, my idea. Legendary Grand Entertainment, I'll explain that right quick. Legendary is from freaking Legend of Zelda. I love Legend of Zelda. It's one of my top favorite series of all time. So yeah, I like Legendary, and I like the word legendary. Shoot, I'm gonna use it. That doesn't mean that I'm copying Legend of Zelda because I'm using the what? LENGEND, whatever, freaking 6-7 letter word. All right, we back. The 6-7 letter word. Hold up, let me fix this actually right quick, because I just realized one of the problems. I probably lagged throughout this entire thing. I didn't even realize it right now. Pause. Hold on. Let me fix one of the issues right quick. I should have done it on the other side, but well, I could just do that later. Alright. Had to fix the internet right quick. But just because I'm using Legend doesn't mean I'm copying it. But going back, I've been writing, I've been making YouTube content. In 2012, I made my first YouTube video. This is before the whole music label. At the last time we heard about the music label, Core Impact Records is what it was called. All right? Haven't done any music since, like, I don't know, 2015, 2016, 2017, I don't know. Haven't released any music on my own just yet. Like, officially. I have released music, yeah, but not anything official until 2020. We'll get to that later. As Scorpius, by the way. I brought back that name. I mean, really, I was using it up until that point. But going back to freaking 2012. Nah, before that, actually. I don't remember. I think it was 2008, somewhere around there. And I uploaded my first video called Weird Word. So back in the day, there's a meme where it's Gentle Breeze, and it was something WARD. Some meme, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know. There's like crab word, something word, this word, that word, sponge word, stuff like that. And it was just funny videos with the music. Dun, 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 you know what I'm saying? That If you don't know what that is, look up the Gentle Breeze OST or whatever. I found out the name of it, uh, which is dope because I like that. Because for the longest time, I didn't know what that song was, but it was funny when it was the video, and that was a meme back in the day. They called it a fad back in the day. They didn't call it a meme until like shoot, I don't even know what year they started calling memes memes. I'm not gonna look that up right now. Otherwise, I would if I could, but I don't. I don't got those resources right now. Um, so I uploaded that video, and for some reason, my mom, Slim Beanie 82, she took it down. So what the freak? Firstly, secondly, move forward about 4 years or so. 2012, I uploaded my first video, and I call myself Epic Poke Trainer Z. I know it's just a great name, greatest of all time. So I was into Pokemon, of course, TCG for the longest time. I still like Pokemon to this day. Grew up with Pokemon, grew up with Mario, Nintendo type products and stuff. Nintendo, yes, of course. That's just one of the things. And for the longest time, I wasn't able to play them and appreciate them for what they are until like recently because of all the stuff that's going on. Now that it's like not as much stuff, like some things here and there, I can still focus on all that, and I can still like see it for what it really was and like understand the jokes and all that. When I did my the Legendary Grand Entertainment show recently, and I played those games and completed them and stuff like that. So that's just awesome experiences on that show, which that's my main show on Legendary Grand Entertainment. That's just like my favorite thing of all time. A lot of stuff can happen, but going back to it all, 2012, right? Made my first YouTube channel, and that's where the YouTube stuff began. That's when I started doing YouTube myself. The channel is up to this day. It might get deleted because JJ Orange has access to it and I don't. So, along with Lethal Deception, and JJ Orange Lethal Deception is a YouTube channel made in 2015. Kind of matters to this whole thing because it's all Legendary Entertainment. I know I'm taking a while to get to the next thing. I know I said I was almost done, but I'll get to your comments in the chat as soon as possible. All right, I'm doing this as fast as I can. We're talking about music, then we're talking about some film, like World War III Battle Treasure, and then now we're talking about my YouTube history. So I've been on YouTube for as long as I remember. Literally, this house right here, I have an old picture. I wish I had it. I can't show it right now because I don't know where it's at. Probably out there, maybe. I don't even know if that's where it's at. But I have a picture where I'm sitting here like the early 2000s on the computer, and guess what I saw? Early YouTube. And I'm talking about the first version of YouTube. Broadcast yourself. Original logo. All of that. Of course I remember that because I was there for it, for one. And before Google owned YouTube. People didn't like when it first happened. They didn't want Google owning YouTube. They wanted YouTube to be its own thing. Now, whether you believe me or not, I was a part of it, and I know I was. So I saw that in comments, too. I saw a lot of comments. And I love comments. They make me laugh, too, But that's when I made my first YouTube channel. So for over 12 years, I've been making YouTube content. Not consistently, not every year, not every week, not every single day. But I still make content every year, basically, from that point on. And that's when I was learning, uploading videos. I went on Omega and started doing trolling. That was one of my first videos. And I was doing all of that. And I was like, okay, this is kind of fun and interesting doing YouTube. It never really, occurred to me that that's what I wanted to do. That was a passion. But I was just doing it to do it for a couple more years after that. And I just made content, and it was good. And I was like, okay, I'm actually kind of good at this. I'm liking what I see. If no one else watches me, at least I watch myself. And I still do to this day, by the way. I make some classic videos. I've had videos that make me laugh that I have not seen from friends, family, people I don't know, fans, acquaintances, all those types of people. I've watched their content, and it didn't make me laugh as much as my own content sometimes. That's no hate on them. That's not saying that they're not funny. That's not all these assumptions that people are about to say. That's not that. That's just that's how good my content is, and no one realizes that except 355 people, which thank you for all the people that subscribe. We're not even talking about the Legendary Grand Entertainment channel that has about 70 subscribers. So right now, excluding my channel that I don't use anymore, but if we were to, it'd already be at 600 plus. But if we're only adding those two channels together, that's over 400 subscribers. So I appreciate all that. Obviously, it's not a million. Now it's so normal to hit a million. Back then, it was such a grind. And because I've been through all of it, I know how it works. I know every single thing. If there's one thing that I know the most of, more than even music, it's YouTube and internet and online. That's the one thing that I know more than anything, that I've spent the most time on. and more than gaming, bruh. I was born playing games, and I've probably been on the internet more. Probably actually side by side you can compare them, but I ain't even gonna lie, I probably watched more content than I have made content. And that's kind of the thing. I've kind of flip flop, and I wanted to flip flop and make my own content and get myself out there more instead of just watching other people. I'm like, this is cool, but I want to do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got some ideas I need to throw out there. I got some stuff in my backpack. I'm gonna open this, freaking, and then get these freaking ideas out there. You feel what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, I did a lot of them over the years. Some of them on Next Deadly, so it is what it is, and maybe I'll redo them. Never thought about doing that and doing them nowadays, but I think I actually will. So I'm gonna type in Next Deadlies, and then after the stream, I'm gonna look up what's it called? Look up some content, and I'm probably just gonna do them nowadays. But anyway, going back to format, that's when I did YouTube. Been doing YouTube for years, years, years. 2015 is when I took it a little bit more serious, and that's 2 years after I started playing Call of Duty. Which, by the way, a literal year after I got into YouTube, I was getting into Call of Duty. I was 12 when I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. All right, I was 12 years old, and I was playing Call of Duty. Call of Duty at 12. I'm not even playing, all right? So, I basically grew up with that game besides Nintendo and all that. I grew up with Nintendo and Call of Duty. And man, let me tell you what, when I first was playing, I still remember it to this day. When I first was playing, bro, some of the funniest times, I went on Black Ops for the first time, and I will never forget this dude. He said, I told him on the mic, right? I had a little headphone mic. It was just an earbud and a little microphone. And I told him, this is the first time of me playing Black Ops. And he said, oh, shoot, you better get ready, bro. And that was Black Ops 1. He said, oh, shoot, man, you better get ready. You better be prepared for this because this is something else. And I'm like, oh, shoot. He's probably talking about some real stuff right now. Shoot, man. But when I started really getting good at the game is about 2015, about 3 years in, around that. And that's when I got Black Ops 2, 2015. So around that time is when FaZe Clan started getting bigger. So when I was doing the channel Lethal Deception, I learned and watched FaZe Clan. Now, before that though, I watched my very first channel, Elite Shot. That was the first channel. He started around that time, funny enough. His Modern Warfare 3 Moab freaking gameplays where he would just drop nukes on the daily, just normal, like it's normal. He would drop all these kill streaks. He would play Infected. He would create classes based on people's comments. Creative, smart. The content was entertaining. Dude was funny. It was good. And that was like prime entertainment. He's still doing it nowadays. And also, I believe he's in FaZe. And it's just crazy to see the homie at this spot he is. He has 100,000 subscribers. I really think he should have 100 million. Shoot. Nah, but Ali too. And I was watching them. Now, here's the thing, though. All right. In 2013, I had to come up with a gamer tag. Now, I was playing Call of Duty at that point, right? So, of course, my first gamer tag wasn't exactly that name. I didn't even have online. But when I signed up and had online to play, I had to come up with a name. Now, I was playing Call of Duty, and I think it was my second account. I'm pretty sure. Because I think didn't even have my own account at that time. So, first account, first or second account, either way. I don't know exactly. Probably was playing on my dad's account for the first. But second account, I came up with the name. Now, who's that person we brought up? It was Elite Shot, right? Now, here's where we go into the thing with Jay. And he's been in denial about this for years. I don't know why, but I'm the one who made these two gamer tags. But we'll get into that in a second. Now, one of those people I brought up, you notice something about him? Elite Shot. Let's take out Shot real quick. Let's take out Shot. No Nade Shot. You'll get your thing later. You're probably playing at this time. No, you get shot. Whatever. Elite Shot, Nade Shot. I didn't notice that until right now. Grenade and then Elite. Whatever. Anyways, put that to the side. Let's get back into this. Let's take Elite for a second. My very first gamer tag. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of a fan of this dude. Modern Warfare 3 had the Elite Programmer application. If you don't know what that is, go look it up at this time. It's funny how I can bring up all these facts, right? When a lot of people are saying I'm wrong and all these things aren't true and all this, but then when they look it up and they're like, oh, shoot, he's right. Dang, you know what I'm saying? That's the stuff I'm talking about. But I'm past the point of, like, boasting about it. I'm past the point of, being like, oh, I got you there. Now what? Type of thing. Like, I don't feel that way. It's been going on for that long, too, to the point where I just laugh about the whole thing. I've been since it began. but not to the point where it's just like, bro, at this point, it's been like almost 10 years, bro. Go do your own thing. Shoo. Shoo. You came out of my nutsack, go play. And I'm talking about Jay. But anyway, Elite. I was thinking of, I was going through school too, so like, a lot of words were around and, dictionaries and all that. And I was thinking of like, what is the three coolest names I could put together besides Elite? Because I was a fan of Elite. So yes, my first gamer tag had Elite in it. That's just what it was. Elite, and then I said Killer, and I said Blade. Why Blade? Because I'm using freaking guns and playing Call of Duty? I don't know, but Elite Killer Blade. That was that. And now that I think about it, the blade could be... It's on the wall behind me. I think you can probably see it from here. Is that the Master Sword I see behind me? Let me just... Oh yeah, my prized possession. The Master Sword. Right here. Now I could use it. But nah, I don't need to use it. There hasn't been an enemy that's actually that powerful for me to use it. So I didn't even use it on Joshua. But anyways, yeah, so I'm Link and he's Ganondorf. Alright, so let's get this going. So, or Ganon. So I had Elite Killer Blade. So for some reason I made a lot of alternate accounts. And I'm talking about a lot. I don't know why, I just did. Alright. I came up with the second gamer tag, and I wanted it to be similar to the first one, Elite Killer Blade. That was the one I played on. So I was like, all right, what's 3 more cool names? All right, Alpha. You see where I'm going with this? Shadow Hawk. A little bit familiar, with someone who's spreading freaking misinformation and is doing like slander on my name, and then throwing dirt on my name and freaking talking bad on me and LGE. And it's like defamation of character and all that, but like. Let's get some more facts in. Let's get more facts in. So I was like Elite Killer Blade, Alpha Shadow Hawk. Those 2 gamer tags I made. And I might have not played on the other alternate accounts as much as my mains, but I still played on them because I just like Call of Duty. It was sandboxy, arcadey, whatever. It was fun. It was good, and I was obsessed with that game. I was addicted. For years I've been. I've finally got over it. Around, I think when Vanguard came out, probably. No, Black Ops Cold War was the last time I liked the Call of Duty, but before that, probably Vanguard, because I think that's after Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 I didn't really like. I think the last one I was really crazy about was I'm gonna say Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 3. That was the last best Call of Duty I said. But, Black Ops Cold War has some cool stuff about it. But overall, like, Black Ops 3 just had so much more than Cold War had, in my opinion. Although Cold War was amazing, it was good, you know what I'm saying? Just like, but, so that was the first gamer tags I came up with. Now, why is that important? Talking about this guy named Jay, I'm going to reveal his name now, Joshua. That guy... I made his gamer tag and made his channel, and I introduced him to Call of Duty, FaZe Clan, and all that. And I guess he just has the audacity to say that he discovered all that himself, and he made that gamer tag himself. And then he took out 2 words from the Alpha Shadow Hawk gamer tag, and then just named himself Hawk. So I just been calling him a clone of something that's been inactive for years, because I didn't give him that gamer tag. He can have it if like if it mattered, but because it doesn't matter, I'm not going to give him a gamer tag that, even if he doesn't deserve it, because he doesn't. Like, why do you want that name? You didn't even come up with it. How do you feel like that's you? You know what I'm saying? Like, but, how he acts nowadays, I feel like, at this point, he's been living in my shadow, so, Shadow Link, which is really easy, by the way. No, I'm just playing, but anyway, in the fights with Shadow Link, but like, nah, it's not even like that. I'm just playing. But so that was happening, and then that's when I started making YouTube content. So for years I've been doing that. Skip forward to like 2017, 2018. I made this like little thing called CGS Team Imperial. Some kid got mad, some Mexican fat kid got mad, started talking trash and crying for some reason over video games. They got mad and brought in this other guy that I started playing with years before named Dark Mario, and that's the third guy I was gonna bring up. But basically, he draws little circles and acts hard for some reason. So I don't know what kind of like mental disability that has within him, but like that's just weird, bro. Like how you think that circles is good actual art? Like have you seen actual art? You go to a museum and then learn from that, and then you'll learn that you have to actually graduate, and then not just that, go to college so you can actually learn how to draw at the basic levels, because you need both of those. You don't need freaking going to school and then like graduate and then boom, you're good. You need way more than that if you're drawing circles at a freaking adult age and thinking that's art and thinking that's actual like thing, bro. Like you're drawing like a child, bro. What are you talking bad on me for? Because I don't draw, and then when I draw, it's not that great. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Not everybody is good as art as you. Not everybody's bad as you. So on and so forth. Not everybody has a lot of things in common, and not everybody likes the same things. Not everybody has to. So if someone doesn't like the same things as you, why are you getting mad? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that whole thing happened, and then that was like around like the first dramas. Uh, Other people were trying to involve me in while I was trying to do my own thing. So at that time, it was more YouTube and content and whatever I was doing there, less of music. Although I was doing a little bit of music, I was still doing music stuff, but not like actual making music. Which actually, yeah, I have. I take that back. But I didn't release music until 2020. That's when I first actually started releasing music. While as yeah, I've had freestyles and stuff before that, and around those years, but it's all gone now. It was during the worst point in my life, is what I like to call it, which technically has been since my parents' divorce, but that's a whole nother whole thing on itself. But but that's all like whatever else, I'll get to that later. But anyways, um, so what's it called? So for years I've been focusing on channels, and since 2016 I named myself X Deadlies because I started watching FaZe Jev because of FaZe Clan in 2015, and I found my favorite members from Banks, Rain, Jev. Those were just a couple, and there's a lot more. There's Linksy, Zymesy. There's so many freaking members. Blue, Rug, and just so much that was going on there. So I was so inspired that I was like, all right, now I want to make my own gamer tag. Now, why do I want to change it? Because I felt like it and because I can. So I changed my gamer tag, and I looked at XAKG's name, his homie, and I said, all right, I like that. I like that X, and I like that capitalization type of thing. So I call myself XGTZK. At first, it was called GTZK for a little bit. What the frick does it mean? Bro, I couldn't even tell you. But it said Z in it, so I guess that's valid. Anyhow, moving on from that, that was just my name for a little bit, and before that was Twisted Nightmare, and then XK7 Nightmare. I did a couple clans before that. Rex Nightmare, Rex like the T Rex. What the frick is the full name for it? Tyrannosaurus, Rex Tyrannosaurus, T Rex Tyrann. I don't even know what the frick it is. Tyranitar, freaking. You know what I'm saying? That's a Pokemon. Um. So yeah, then I made the name. I took that and I'm like, all right, I gotta do something different here. So I looked at one of my old gamer tags, alternate gamer tags in a beta that I actually grinded for some reason, and it was called Deadly Force 2K, because in the beginning, it's such a weird and probably cringe to some people at the beginning of this, but beginning of Black Ops 2 matches on Call of Duty Black Ops 2, one of the guys said Deadly Force is authorized. So I like that, and I like the way he said it, and those words that were used, and I'm like, I rock with that. So I took Deadly Force and put 2K. Why the frick did I put 2K? I don't know, but there's 2Ks at freaking the Alpha Shadow Hawk's clone Hawk with 2Ks now because of X Deadly's had 2Zs. Once again, get into that later. But we're close there. We're close. That explained that, so I don't have to later now. So then I was like, okay, I like that X. I'll keep that X. Take that from XGTZK. Throw that away. Whatever. I won't use that no more. X. And then Deadly. I just took Deadly. And then I was like, oh, Zach with Z. I think I like that. That's where it's at. X Deadlies with 2Zs. Boom. The most apparently toxic person that's been exposed, but those videos are gone now. I don't know where they went. It's kind of weird how they're trying to expose X Deadlies, but now the videos aren't even on the platform no more. So what did they expose? Did they expose himself instead of X Deadlies? And then they got in trouble for going against the platform? Oh well. Anyway, moving on. Freaking that was the channel that I did before this channel. Actually, there's two channels that I had, and one of them was X Deadly's. I did X Deadly's, Emperor Ultimate, and then the homies Act 710. Now, why did I do Emperor Ultimate? It was just a gimmick. I had a concussion in 2020 or whatever. Yeah, I know it's a lot at once, or something like that at around the end of 2020. Had a concussion, or something like that around that year, and like it hurt, kind of, but it was more like I just passed out. So I fell from like 6 7 feet, and it sucked. But it is what it is, you know. And that happened, and I've been messed up since then. It's like not like really really messed up, but I've been messed up since then. It's like it sucks, but it is what it is. I cannot like do the same things as I used to, but I can still do them. So like creating, I never lost that. A lot of the stuff I never lost. I might be less as good as I was, but I'm still, you know, doing my own thing. And stress actually temporarily freezes the brain, and it can even lead to like stuff that's messed up in the brain. Stuff like that can happen, and I feel like that's scientifically proven that stress can really affect the brain, and a lot of stuff going on there, and make you not think correctly, and even past situations that happen, you just have a bad memory and you might say something that didn't actually happen, or bring in an extra detail, talk about an extra detail that didn't actually happen, or leave out information, information, whatever else. That stuff just happened. So that's the one of the worst things that happened to me. And then not too long after, someone in the family hit me in the chest, and then not long after that is when some random fight tried to break out. This 40-year-old that lives with his parents, that cheats on women and then freaking beats on them and abuses them. This 40-year-old mad at me because I'm successful, and he just wishes to be me. I don't know, whatever his problem is, but I'm like not even. I'm like more than half his age, and this dude's mad at a freaking youngin, and he's on his BS, but he's a junkie and he's tweaking and he's doing drugs, so that probably explains that. Anyway, so that happened. So my dad hit me or whatever, and then this dude is on some gay stuff. Like no punches were thrown or nothing. It was no fight because I wasn't fighting. Why would I fight? Like, bro, you're tweaking. No one did anything. So I was in that situation. Dude's fat, not fit. So he like basically sat on me like a whale, and freaking what's it called? And he was just holding on like some gay or homosexual, like LGBT. You cool with me? What else? People with disabilities, you cool with me? That's all good. But if you gay and you acting like you not, but you're so comfortable with the man up close like that, nah. Y'all weird with that. I'm out of here. Screw that. Do you think for once in your mind that I would be anywhere near on that stuff? If you think so, you don't even know me. You can talk like you know me. You can say that you know me. We were never like that. You an acquaintance, but that's not even the point. So he was like pressing on my chest or whatever. Is weird. I have a whole video on it that I'll bring out later. And it was just gay, and he was just holding on to me the whole time. And so that was random. And then freaking X Razor Wire Dark Recursion actually helped him, and then like sat on my legs. Like it was gay and it was weird, and I don't even know what was happening. Like I don't know what they were trying to do. No, like punches were thrown. They were just holding on to me, and it was gay. I felt like some weird stuff was about to happen that I can't say on YouTube, but like that's how uncomfortable I was in that situation. I don't get that close to a man for any reason. I don't care. In WWE and UFC, you do not do that. I don't care what guillotine you put people in. I don't care what headlock, this and that, how close you have to get to them or whatever. Because you don't get that close so comfortably. But that's why some people say that, LGBT exists in wrestling for years and years and for so long. And, that's just what they say about that. But you don't see that in WWE or UFC. And, like, I just don't think that that's an actual, like, that's not a fight. That's just gay at that point. I don't care what anybody say. That's just gay. So, anyway, so that happened. And so, like, a lot of things were already going on with my health that I could not get checked because these tweakers were on me around that time. So, that all happened, like, all in one time, very quickly. And at that time, I was also doing the drug marijuana. So, you could probably think that all that stuff went way downhill. I'm talking about, like, from 20 19 to 2021, somewhere around those lines. For all that time, it was just like no one was doing the smart things. They're just doing stupid things. So that all happened. And then, so I couldn't do content when I'm going through that stuff, and that's all happening. And I don't hold grudges. I don't get that mad at people, if they're more successful than me, that's that. And again, there's opinions and then there's facts. There's two sides of the story, and then there's the truth, some people say. There's one side and another side, some people say. And then, so on and so forth there. But like, I don't feel no hate toward that. I wasn't mad. I don't even know them. And whether I know them or not, what makes them think I'm gonna care about them like that? I can't care about a person that doesn't give me a reason to care about them. And I care about everybody. But if they don't give me a reason to care about them, then there's that. But I care about everybody, and that's why, like I say, I made Legendary Grand Entertainment and do my content and everything that I do for you guys to enjoy and watch it. But if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. No one's forcing you to watch that, and do all that stuff. No one's forcing you to do all that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So that all happened. That was weird, but those people aren't around me no more. Like, thank everything for that. Thank Allah. But yeah, I'm in the best place I ever was now, and I'm like my best self now. So this is a quoted thing that I wanted to say. Anything that happened before August of 2024, talk to me about now. If there was any problems, any drama, anything that I did apparently to you that you think I owe you an apology for, that you think that I owe all this stuff to you for, and you think all that stuff, all right, unblock me, Joshua. No, I'm just playing. Unblock me on all social media platforms. No, I'm just playing. But all right, unblock me if you did. If you did, hit me up on messages and let's call. Let's talk about it. Let's debate. If you cannot bring yourself to have a man-to-man conversation as a man, as an adult, professionally, and handle business and talk about the stuff that matters, what you think is so wrong, with proof and evidence, paperwork, documentation, something there, you have to at least bring something, or it's just like we're not gonna get nowhere. Unless it's things that are proven facts that have legitimate evidence and proof. What are we calling each other for? Why are we even debating? Why are we talking? I'll still do it, but if they don't bring up nothing, how are we gonna get anywhere? How are we gonna get any steps forward? Because every time this whole drama thing happens with you and your own problems and your own beef that you have to squash within yourself because you're having problems in your life, until that point in time, that's all you. I'm not mad at you. I don't got no beef with anybody. I never will. From this day forward, from every day back then, every day now, there's no beef. I don't need to squash nothing. Why? What makes you think I care about that situation? Because, like, I had a video, right? And there's two things. You either hate something, like it, or you don't care about the situation. All right, so let's say, for an example, I'll get back into the LGE thing and I'll read your chat. Still will do that. Don't forget. Bear with me. If you hate something, you have to care enough to hate that thing. You have to care about it. If you don't care, you don't pay no mind to it. You don't hate it. You don't feel emotional about it. Emotions and feelings and being mad and sad and all this extra stuff, that's emotions. That's feeling. That's caring. Because that's when it gets into that. But if you don't have any emotions and you don't feel like that and you don't care, that's on that other side. That's where I'm at. All these people have all these feelings and emotions and all this stuff. And the weirdest part is they don't even know me. They're an acquaintance. And they be saying all this stuff as if it really happened, but not showing it happening. So I'm getting these videos like X Deadly's Exposed. I'm getting this 26-minute freaking mental breakdowns and meltdowns from psychotic, sociopathic, narcissistic, egotistical pieces of, not going to say that because, it's YouTube. But people like that. But they brought that upon themselves. That's how they're choosing to be. They can be a good person. That same person I call narcissistic and all that They can be a chill person. Joshua can do that. But until he can bring himself to that, and until he switches his, not switch, until he changes his environment, until he changes the stuff around him, that's just the person that he's wanting to be. The very same person he would cry to me and vent to me about and tell me about. He's getting bullied in school. He's getting bullied, and all this stuff's happening to him. But then the bullied becomes the bully. And then that's like the negative chain reaction that goes on there. Domino effect. All that stuff starts happening. No one's life is perfect. No one's life can be the worst. You can switch that and change that at any time. No one's life is as bad as it is unless you change that. No one else. You're controlling that. It's your life, not theirs. They're not filling your shoes. They're not in your shoes. They're not in your eyes. You're your own body. You're your own person. That's not their issues. That's your issues. So how are you gonna solve it? I can help people and be a doctor and be therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? I can have my own sessions with people. I don't have every second in the world, so I can't spend all the time in the world that I may or may not have. I don't have every second in the world, so I can't help everybody. And because I do it how I do it, I might not be able to help everybody. It might not work for everybody. But I will try at least. For the people that I will put in the time with, I will try at least. Because that's why I call myself the homie. Because if people don't have any positive in their life, or if people don't have a friend in their life, I'm your friend. I'm your homie. That's why I call myself the homie Zach 710. So these people that are acting like they have a good image like Joshua, these people that are acting like they're good people, and then they do all these negative things and publicly release a 30-minute video talking about a 4-minute song that apparently really hit their core. They said they don't want to be around me no more. All of them. I'm not just including Josh. They said all this stuff, that they don't want to be around me, that they don't want me in their life and all this. And years and years and years after he said that, he uploads a video saying that he got dissed from a roast track. You can never get dissed from a roast track that I make. It's either a diss track or a roast track. Now, a roast track, if you don't know what that is, you know, like Comedy Central roast, right? You know what a roast is? If you don't know, it's just like, just go look it up. Just go look it up. I don't even know what the frick it means, but I understand what it means. I can't explain it, but I know what it means, if that makes sense. It's like you're messing with somebody, but you don't really mean it. Some people probably do mean it, and that kind of goes against the whole thing because it's like on Comedy Central. It's supposed to be comedy, and comedy is subjective to everybody. And, criticism can be in comedy too. And everybody's different, so not everybody's going to like it. So because I'm a comedian, entertainer, entrepreneur, freaking CEO of Legendary Grand Entertainment, because I'm all these things, they don't understand my comedy. They don't understand, this type of stuff. And so because they choose to not understand it. They choose to hate it and be negative because of all these excuses and reasons that they don't even have any evidence or proof of, not showing anything. No screen recordings, no screenshots, no proof, evidence, nothing like that. They just go on a whim and they just say that because they don't like me as a person. That's what they choosing to do. So, going back to the whole thing. All right. Going back to the whole thing. In 2000, hold on, I'm gonna bring all with me. In 2021, a year after my concussion, I came here, in this very place. This is my freaking one of my family members' cribs. And I came here, and I was like, all right, this is where I want to go. This is where I want to be. And usually, the family comes here to relax, kick back. It's just one of the places we come to like, not meditate, but like you can do that too. Just it just gets away from all the BS and stuff. Give me a second. Like I said, I am not a fan of, in Arizona and all that. I don't really like it. Like I told people, I don't suggest it. But at this point, go to it if you feel like. That's what I said. If you feel like going, go ahead and go to Kingman, Arizona if you feel like. But I don't suggest it. I was there for like 16 years. I didn't like it. If you end up going there, go ahead and try it out for yourself if you want. But I'm kind of indifferent how I feel about the town. I'm neutral. I've gained a little bit of appreciation because I grew up there, and that's just, good stuff happened there, mostly bad, but good stuff has happened there. But the thing that ruins it the most is the people. The people ruin it. Now, anybody can feel how they feel about that, but that's just how I feel about it. I personally don't like it myself. It never really gave me more reasons to like it than to not like it, but it is what it is. And so a lot of stuff happened there. A lot of drama stuff happened there too. So going to Cali and getting away from it, like going here, that's usually what we did every once in a while. So that's what it was. And what's it called? So we would come here, and that's that. And during like that bad time or whatever in 2020, I made. This is before the concussion, I believe. Either before or after. No, before, because after it was 2021, and then all that bad stuff happened. But anyways, had a concussion. 2020 June. I was right here actually, right in this spot. My iMac was right here, white computer, and I made Scorpius Devastation EP. Matter of fact, in that car over there has all the CDs of all my discography, entire discography of music, from Scorpius to Emperor Ultimate, which was just two names I used in music until I became the homie Zach 710, and then there's three names that I used in music officially official releases, from Devastation EP to freaking 19 Revitalization, Lord Venomous, Prophecy Requiem, the homie Zach 710 Islands, a Legendary Occasion, which is now known as the Legendary Grand Occasion, um, and freaking like everything else after that. Legend of Vibe to Remember, freaking, I think Legendary Grand Amusement Park. I think that might have been my fifth album, but you know what? So on and so forth. Like those are just a few of my albums that I released from 2020 to 2022. And now a lot of stuff happened between then. I can't really explain it all, but in 2020, uh, I had Scorpius, and it was Core Impact Records still at that time. So I released it under Core Impact Records. Now it's known as Legendary Grand Entertainment, but it got re-released in Grand Vibe Entertainment, which came before that, and I'll get to that later. But I know this is a whole hour, and it's taken me a while to get all the details in. But all the stuff that I'm saying is so important to the overall thing that you kind of have to listen to all of it to understand the whole story. So you can sit through it if you want. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you to. You know, you're the one that clicked on the video, so at that point, it's up to you what you want to do with the video / stream. So moving on from that, uh, now we're going to the first music type of thing. Now, whatever happened to World War III Battle of the Treasure? Well, let me quickly explain that for y'all. World War III Battle of the Treasure, I just left behind. And I still wrote for it, and I wrote a lot of stuff for it, and it happened, and that was that. And that was that, like I said. But I didn't really make it a main thing, but I have, worked on it every once in a while. And then that was that. So, then, what's it called? Then I freaking let me wear this actually. I did all that. I don't know who made this hat, by the way, but shout out to them. If you want to collaborate, let me know for sure. I love this hat. So I did that, and then I released my first music for tracks on the EP, Devastation EP. My first thing in the music. I wrote it fast. I wrote it on paper, and that was that. I released a single, so I had 5 tracks at this time. Uh, and I released a single, In My Land, and that was the first single I released. And I did a demo back in 2018 with someone named Vicky Remus, or who owned Rebel in the Box product. No, that's Brian. Uh, what was her name? I don't even know. Meat Face Records is what it was called. In that song, and me and her worked on it, and it was a good song, but I didn't really rock with some of the stuff that she did in the music video. Now, if she don't rock with me, if she don't like me, that's okay. That's whatever. That's all good. There's no problem there. I appreciate what she does, and she's always been a family friend, at least to my dad. And just kind of overall, but it just depends on the whole situation as a whole. Now, we did that in 2018 as a demo. It wasn't really official record, and we didn't release it under any type of thing. So it might have said Meat Face Records or whatever, but it wasn't an official thing. You can look it up on YouTube. Scorpius, Stay Here. Now, my name as Scorpius, it was Scorpius with dollar signs. So it was S, and it was spelled differently from the original. Skorpius. But for both of those S's that were in the name were dollar signs. And I released that, and then I released In My Land as a single. I released freaking Devastation EP. So the first song was Devastation, and then it was Driftin', which was the really fast rap where I say, because I mix the tracks, remix them with raps, and it freaking fact. Everybody knows I've been overkilling blood beats, heck of smelling, fly higher than a building can be toppling the tire. Your arguments invalid. I eat your raps like I eat effing salad. Put your A to the test. Put your butt to the test. Cause just this new level of rap. That's it. That's it. That's it. So that's mostly how that rap went. I kind of memorized it somehow, but I literally wrote that on paper and I rapped it, and it was the fastest rap I did. I've always chopped. I've always loved rapping fast because one of the first artists that inspired me to rap was Tech N9ne. He was a huge inspiration because my cousin actually here in like 2015 or something like that, he told me about Tech N9ne, and I was like, all right, I'll check him out. And ever since then, big inspiration when I started listening to music. It was Tech N9ne, Hobson, DJ Khaled, shoot, bro, Eminem, I guess even. There's just a random songs that I found. And then I found like different music overall from 2014, and that's when I started doing that. But what's it called? So I dropped that. Did In My Land. I don't remember all the songs. Yeah, I do. Drift. It was Devastation, Drifting, Massive Attack. That one was probably my favorite on the album, as good as the other ones were, of course. Probably because the beat is really good and how I did on the beat was cool, and I did auto tune. Probably my favorite one. And then the last one was Club Finale that got copyrighted because the producer just all of a sudden decided to copyright it as soon as I uploaded it. So yeah, it's one of my best songs, and I couldn't even put it out because the guy copyrighted the beat after calling it free for profit. So it's like, choose one. But that's on YouTube because I told YouTube about it. I'm like, hey, tell this dude to make it free for profit or do the other one. Like, choose one. Yeah, so I don't know. Moving forward though, still did the smoking thing. I even talked about it in my first EP, which I wish I didn't. And I talked about it. Talked about it in my Emperor Ultimate Music, which I didn't. I don't affiliate it. I don't like it. There's nothing that I like about it. There's no reason to like it. It's a drug to me, and I don't see it as something that helps people. That's just my opinion, though, and that's that. So this video is like way different than I thought it was gonna be. So then and this is all like Legendary Grand Entertainment stuff. I have then, went through all that stuff. Concussion happened. My dad hit me then, and then freaking those two randoms decided to try to fight or whatever. I'm like, bro, You're tweaking, man. Like, this is what drugs doing to you. Now, I've never cared about you, but in this one moment, I care enough to say, bro, be yourself. You're out of freaking character right now. And if this is who you truly are, what makes you think that this house is going to last long? If you're the man of the house, even though I'm the first one who even was in the house, but if you're the man of the house, you want to say all this and have your own opinion, whatever. All right. You want to do that? Whatever you about to do, you can do all that, but let's see what you do after. The dude left that house and started living with his parents, saying that he pays the bills, but then at like 30 something, started living with his parents. But I'm in the wrong. But anyway, and then X-Rays Wire Dark Recursion, who's, I don't know like what type of bipolar this is or what else is even included mentally. And I'm not saying any of this in a rude or negative manner. So for people that are about to assume that and misinterpret what I'm saying, because a lot of things are misinterpret that what I say because they don't understand it. But if you're gonna misinterpret it, then that's that. But that's not what I'm trying to say. But him going back and forth on saying like acting like we're friends, like maybe multiple personality disorder. I don't know. Maybe RAD, reactive attachment disorder. My half sister has that, so I don't know. I don't know who has that, who don't, besides my half sister. So don't know. And I'm not talking about Dawn. That's my full sister. But anyhow, moving on from that. Um, she don't have that, by the way. My other sister, my little sister. I have a little brother, little sister, and then a half older sister. But let's get back to it. So they did that, and they fought me, and I'm like, bro, what is this? We were all having a good time, and everybody's having a good time. And now that everybody's having a good time, you just want to just do some stuff to act hard. So that happened. Then I had my concussion. First person to help me was my little sister. My dad kind of helped me. He just like was surprised. He didn't know that happened, but at the same time, I feel like he don't care, and I'll get more in depth in that on the autobiography documentary. You'll see that later. The Life of the Homie Zach 710. Y'all will see that later. But that's when I get that done. This is good getting this out right now, but because I need to talk about it and talk about this because all that stuff. But anyway, so all that stuff happened 2021. I came here to my grandma's, and then I made music, and I changed. I stopped being X Deadlies. I was like, all right, I see these exposing videos going on, and he's trying to like slander my name. Defamation of character, bringing up no evidence, proof, no facts, no paperwork, no documentation, no screen recordings, and no screenshots. The only thing that he recorded was my gameplay, and said I was bad at Call of Duty. Who the freak care about that? You want to see someone good at Call of Duty? Go see someone that drops nukes. Go look up Ghost, freaking 619. Go look up freaking another dude named Ghost. Go look at freaking what's her name? Doom Lucky Girl. She's not even in Doom no more. Go look at anyone else. If you don't like my channel, what's making you make an entire hours long of videos to say how much you don't like how I do this and this and that? You want to do it? This is what I said before. Do it yourself. And this won't be the first time you hear me saying that, because like I said, I got that other video coming out, and I'm saying they want me to do what they want me to do and say, and how they move, how they want me to move. They want me to move like that, and all this other stuff. They want me to be like a perfect version of what they want. So I'm like, all right, I ain't doing that. Not gonna do that. But that's how you feel? All right. Do it yourself. You want to see that happen? Do it yourself. What's stopping you from doing it yourself and getting mad at me for not doing it? Like, bro, get off the drugs, man. Like, crazy, crazy. Anyway, that's my crown, because I'm the Emperor Vampirate. So yeah, so I did Emperor Ultimate. I don't even know what the actual freak that character was. It was just a cloaked dude that was just cool, and I don't know. I guess it was just a bad guy Chico. So I don't freaking know what it was. It was what it was. The cloak was an idea I did later. The eye patch was later. That's just what it was, and it is what it is. I don't know where that eye patch went. I have the cloak still, but I think I gave it to Ginger Orange because I don't know, why would I need it now? I don't know. I bought both of those things off Amazon just for the character, and that was that. Made it another character, and I don't really get it. And one of the coolest things, it was going to be in World War III Battle of Treasure. Which, speaking of, in 2021, before I came here to my grandma's and before I became the character Emperor Ultimate and made that whole thing and made music as Emperor Ultimate and made content, which didn't really last long, which was a good thing because I wanted to. That wasn't what I wanted to do. That wasn't myself. Like, it was a character and it kind of was myself, but like a deep voiced character, and just like, that was just, it was still me and all that, but it just was like I don't know. I didn't rock with it, and it didn't last long. So overall, I wanted to change it to something else. So it started as Big Boy Raven for reasons, not going to get into that. And then it changed from that to Big Boy ZX because my nickname was Z for the longest time. And then X I added because I just, I've been called Z by someone and I didn't like it. So it made me also, and I'm talking about like Dark Recursion, Travis, X Razor Wire, whatever. He called me Z too, which my dad did. And when he started doing it, it made me uncomfortable because like he's not that close to me like me and my dad. We not like that. So of course I didn't have to change my name because he said that, but I just wanted to add something to it. And then later on, I made it mean something. But I'll get into that later. Then I added ZXI like DSI, and I don't know, I thought that was cool. And then I put I at the end for infinite, and then I would have the infinite symbol, ZX infinite, and it would be ZXI and then the infinite symbol. Something like that. And that was my first like one of my nicknames that I like stayed with and had over the past 23 years. That was just one that I loved. And then the homies X710 was awesome. How it abbreviates to THZ, which sounds like THC. Don't like that at all. And then 710 having to do with marijuana. It's like, bro, I don't like none of that. I don't do none of that. If you want to do it, but far away from me. I don't rock with that. Go ahead and do that, but don't do it around me. I don't rock with that. I don't support none of that because I just, and I'm not saying it in a bad way. Like, you could do it, but doesn't mean I'm gonna support, that whole thing. I don't think drugs help people. It just doesn't make sense to me because they're, drugs are drugs for a reason. I just think that we should take all the drugs in the world and just put them up together and just burn it, incinerate it, get rid of it. Take all the drugs in the world and get rid of it. That 40-year-old I was talking about earlier that started living with his parents. He told me that while smoking a blunt, he said if everyone in the world got on drugs, everyone would be better. And me and my co-host to a new show coming soon was talking about it, and I told him, and we were talking about that whole thing, and I'm like, bro, that is the most absurd, one of the stupidest things I've heard come out of someone's mouth. And he said that, and he's saying that I'm doing wrong in life because I'm this successful, and it's crazy to me because as someone that's like 30 plus years old and then living with his parents, he always sees the problem in other people, but not within himself. So, it's always everybody else, but not himself. Kind of reminded me of Joshua. We'll get into that later. But I think that'll be the next thing we get into around that time. So, but going back to 2020 right quick, we're in 2021, Emperor Ultimate era. But now moving on to, and I released 3 albums as Emperor Ultimate. I'm just gonna throw that out here. Made some content that was good under Grand Vibe Entertainment, but we haven't got to that part, and I gotta explain how that all happened too. But in 2020, right quick, this gamer got hecka mad, made like 3 different videos saying that X Deadly's got exposed. He was just talking trash, broke the rules of the platform of YouTube, broke the rules, and hopefully YouTube took it down. I don't know what happened with it, but YouTube hopefully handled it. That was that, and that was that. It didn't really matter to me. It didn't do anything. I had a girl at that time that I was messing with, and we're going to be more stuff or whatever, but never happened. So that was that. And she defended me. I didn't even ask her to do that, but I showed her. I was like, "Look at this stupid thing," and also like when I was first watching it too, like for the first time, I'm like, "Bro, what is this dude on? Why is he thinking that anybody's gonna care about this?" And then he took it down, or YouTube deleted it. And I'm kind of hoping that YouTube did something about it because I love YouTube. It's something that has done so much for me mentally. And Legendary Grand Entertainment was made because I had so much stuff going on in my life that like it messed me up. I've seen stuff, I've been through stuff, And I've been abused and stuff like that before. I don't know how much I could say on YouTube like that, talking about that, but I'm just gonna say that part and just be done with it. But more than that, and I'm here now. And one thing that I went to get away from all that stuff, to get away from all that darkness and all that negativity, was Legendary Grand Entertainment. I didn't find that out until 2021, but I'll get into that in a minute. Um, I've been through a lot of stuff and a lot of stress and a lot of all that. And one of the things I got away with, got away from all that stuff to, and that very thing was Legendary Grand Entertainment. Back then, it was video games, making content, making music, all that stuff. Like I can vent, I can talk. It was like I have no one around me in my life's listening. So if the internet exists and I can talk to people on the internet that I can, even if they don't relate to me, whether they relate to me or not, I can at least have an audience that will listen out there. People around me ain't listening, so I at least can have people out here that will listen to what I'm saying. And anybody can feel whatever they feel about it, but like if you be open-minded, you be unbiased, and you actually listen to what I'm saying, put yourself in my shoes. No one can feel my shoes. People don't know what pain is. So for people to go out there and act like they've been through all this stuff, heck nah. I mean, like, it's just word of mouth until you see proof of it, basically. And you can believe it or not, it's all subjective. You can either believe it or not when there's no proof. But when there's proof, you can still believe it or not. There's Photoshop and AI nowadays. A lot of things can be fake, but that's just what it is. I'll read chat in a minute. Sorry, I know I keep saying that. I've said that a lot. I'm gonna read chat and I'll respond to it soon. Before getting into the Joshua things, I'm sure there's gonna be comments about Joshua defending him and all this other stuff. People can feel how they feel. And that's all good. That's all good. That's all good. I'm gonna be talking from an audience perspective, a fan. Motherfucker, not a fan. My fault. Not a fan. Uh, an audience perspective. I guess you could say like a fan perspective, but I've never been a fan of him. I've never liked what he did. I don't like that. I've never liked that. Never a fan. But he's always been a fan of me, which has been kind of weird. But just from an audience perspective, sitting in the audience, watching the content and seeing the content, unbiased, open-minded there, unbiased, open-minded, as a creator now, as a person who creates, he hasn't created one content creation at all. Not a single video is his own idea. He's never created anything. He's not even original. He steals most of his content from me. Like he steals all of my ideas and stuff. Anyway, going back into it, seeing it as a creator and someone who creates content and all that stuff. I'm not talking about like a legendary grand entertainment creator. That's like more than just YouTube gaming, Call of Duty, because this is all he does. I'm talking about all that stuff and like creating everything: music, movies, film, TV shows, documentaries, this and that. Freaking cooking stuff. All that stuff. And then I'm gonna see it from a business perspective, and I'm gonna look at it as a business and perspective, and see like the professionalism in it and break it down. And I'm gonna be all three. Maybe devil's advocate. I could probably do that without even trying or without even knowing. I might do that when I do these types of things and break stuff down, but that's kind of the purpose of it all, is just really breaking it down, because a lot of people are doubting me. A lot of people are saying a lot of stuff about me, which means they're saying stuff about Legendary Grand Entertainment if they're talking about me. And when you talk about Legendary Grand Entertainment, that is my baby. That is mine. That's my child. That's my everything. When you talk about Legendary Grand Entertainment, that's my world. That's my universe. When this universe and in this world and everybody in it was not rocking with me, was being too negative, wasn't liking me, nothing, wasn't seeing what I saw, and wasn't agreeing with what I do and didn't like what I do, I was like, all right, I'm going to my world, to Legendary Grand Entertainment. And that's why I built it. Like I said, because of all the stress and all that negativity and all that stuff from back then, is when to get away from all that, to get away from all that drama, to get away from all that, I did Legendary Grand Entertainment. And that's when I go into that world. Like right now, this is the content world right now. This is what I do. This is what I know the most of. So when people try to call me out and say that I don't know stuff about this and I don't know how to do this and that, I'm like, all right, I'll take your word for it and hear you out. But if you're wrong, and before you even say anything, and I know that, you're probably wrong. And then when I hear you and you're wrong, then you're wrong. That's that. You can accept it or not. You can try to change your audience's mind. Try to. and try to act like everything's all good and everything you're saying is right and you know it all because you think the world owes you everything. And I'm talking about that person in 2020, and then Joshua here for in this exact situation. And then of course, if that has to do with any other situation there and all that drama, and then that little group of gamers, including both of those people, then those people. But in general, if you think you know it all, let's debate. Call me on the phone. Like I said, if it's anything like that, anything that happened before August 2024, let's talk about it. If we don't talk about it, we both don't talk directly about it. We're not calling on a phone. We're not having a conversation. We've never talked about it, whether it's text, call, or whatever. I prefer call. We're not going nowhere. And with the whole thing, and there's no solution, there's no resolution, there's no nothing. I'm not involved. I'm not in that situation at that point either. That's a whole thing in yourself. That's a life battle with yourself. That's your own problems. That ain't on me because you're mad about these little things. That ain't on me because your problems and the things going on in your life. I am not gonna hold your hand and be a parent to you. I'm not gonna parent you through life. I'm not gonna tell you right and wrong. I'm not gonna make you do what I say or have you live life the way I want it. That's all you. That ain't on me. I'm an adult. I'm a man. I'm a freaking president of Legendary Grand Entertainment. I got all this stuff I gotta do. You wanna do all that? You go do that. I got this. So going back into it, that kid made that, and I just ignored it basically. The whole thing. I just swept it away. Not under the rug, away. I don't sweep nothing under the rug. Nothing. I talk about everything. I have not, well, if I have the time for it and if I do talk about it. But that whole thing, he was mad about video games. He kept coming on my streams talking badly. So I'm like, all right, I'll do a 1v1. Let's do it for the streams. So I do that. And or not the streams, but the content. So I do that. And I beat him twice in a row. And he's been mad ever since, basically. Because I beat him in a Call of Duty 1v1. I'm not even playing with you. That's literally the reason why he's mad. So for years he's been mad about that. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't take the time to, better himself. He doesn't take the time to understand things. He doesn't take the time to do the research. A lot of these people don't do research. So that's one of the main reasons why, obviously they embarrass themselves and humiliate themselves just like all these other people, this little group of gamers, including Joshua and this fat one. So this fat one from 2020, he just that's just who he is. That's just the person he is, and that's what he does. So I ain't tripping on it. If that's what he wants to do, he can do it, and be mad at himself and insecure. But that's just him. But yeah, so that happened, and I was like, whatever. I got what I gotta do. I gotta do some stuff. I'm an owner of a business. I don't got no time for no internet drama or nothing that you think. You can go ahead and make your Facebook posts and your Twitch streams and your whatever you want. You do all that. So, going back into it, 2021. Before I came here to my grandma's, I went to my other grandma's. So this is my dad's side grandma's. I went to my mom's side grandma's. Wasn't the best around nicotine, around weed. I have no idea what the frick was going on, but it didn't help me. It didn't help me get in the right mind state. So, you know, I guess withdrawn from, marijuana and then whatever was in the marijuana when it was laced, uh, before the concussion and before all that. And this is excluding, and also I had health problems on top of that. And for like a couple years I smoked, um, not even a couple years, but for months and for a long time. And a lot of the times on my ex Deadly's channel, that's what it was, and it ruined it because I got toxic, and it obviously made me not in my right mind state and made me a person I didn't want to be also. And I never wanted to even smoke. I never even wanted to do drugs. I didn't even want to do none of that. And I didn't do no drugs. I only smoked. But of course, when they're also, doing cocaine in that same house, yeah, it's gonna get laced. Yeah, it's probably laced, and it is what it is. I can't do anything. It's out of my control. At that time, I chose to be with my mom at that house. I choose to live with my mom because my parents divorced and all that, and I had to choose. And I saw in 2018 just something that wasn't right, and I saw like things weren't right apparently at that time, and it was obviously the wrong decision because then all this stuff happened. And I made the mistake of leaving my dad to live with my mom, and ever since then, worst decision I've ever made, and just worst first impressions of Kingman. Straight up, I don't like him. It's all right. I don't like the people, but people's alright. overall. But the town itself, I've been around that town, so I gained a little bit of appreciation for it, and I just like it a little bit. Not a lot though, but I've had so many experiences in that town, and it is what it is. Um, so yeah, in 2021, I went to my mom's house, my grandma, my mom's mother, uh, my mom's mom, not my dad's mom, but my mom's mom. And I went there, and a lot of stuff happened. Came up with the name ZX Infinite. I threw away years of work up until that point, like 4 or 5 years, including times I spent at school, on events, at home, everywhere. Free time, writing World War III Battle of the Treasure, all gone. Threw it away. Threw it away. Every single one. Dude, there's so many good ideas, and some of them I memorized. Some of them come back to me from time to time, and some of them I have up here, but 90% of them are gone, if not more than 90%. It's all gone, that whole series. But I want to say it now, and say that I'm announcing, even in this, and I'll announce it in another video. I'm releasing a new version of it called World Official. And I've been writing it. I wrote it in 2022, a couple of years ago, the first episode. Hadn't finished it. And I completely started a new series with it. So it is coming back. World Official is what it's going to be. And that's that. Um, but I threw it all away, and I was just going through an extremely hard time. Extremely hard time. Shaved my eyebrows off when I came back. Freaking shaved my head bald. Was going through so much, and no one was really helping me that much. I use like multiple shampoo, which don't do that, by the way. Just use a little bit of a handful, half of a handful for how much hair you have. Use maybe a little bit more to get more hair. I don't know how that stuff works, but just don't use a lot, because I use so many shampoos or something. I don't remember what it was, and I use so much. I accidentally had this ice pack or whatever, or something like that, and it said to put on your eyes, but I kind of misunderstood it, and I put like acid or something on my eyes, and my eyes hurt for a while. So I don't know what I did to my eyes, and I already probably have stickler syndrome, so that's fun. I'm being sarcastic, obviously, but man, I'm a sarcastic person, as you might learn. Anyway, around that same time, I decided to get back into music a little bit. So I started writing music again as ZX Infinite, and I went to my other grandma's house at some point. My this one, my dad's mom, and then I made the character Emperor Ultimate. Started releasing music, and this is 2021. Started doing all that, and I started getting my life better. Like, I started like eating better and healthier, eating salads for the first time. Now the thing with the concussion is I lost my taste buds, kind of. I don't know if that had to do with that stuff happening. I don't know if I freaking got a tetanus because that 40-year-old bit me or whatever on my hand. I don't know if that's like a problem or something. And then I got all these other health problems, and then I had freaking smoked marijuana, and that has lung problems. I dabbed it in 2022, concentrate with freaking small shards of glass in it. So that's in my lungs. That's in my system since 2022. So that's been in my system for a couple years now. So, my lungs don't work the same way. Why did I do that? We wanted to get high. That was that. Yes, obviously it wasn't smart. Yes, obviously it was a mistake. But it was just what happened. I didn't want to do it, but it just happened. Peer pressure too. Anyhow, so it just happened, and that's in my system. But that doesn't affect anything. I mean, there might be ideas that I might never finish, but I already have a lot that I finished, and a lot of ideas and a lot of stuff that I'm going to do. So that's all good. So I might not live the whole life that I was going to, but at least the life that I will live, I at least will get so much done that I've wanted to, and really, really wanted to. At least I'll have that as a legacy to leave behind with Legendary Grand Entertainment. For 23 years, it's been something that I, just is my thing. Whenever everything else is down, when the cards are down, when the chips are down, and when everything's, going bad, and when everything's going wrong, I look to Legendary Grand Entertainment. Me and Legendary Grand Entertainment are like one. Without the homie Zach 710, there's no Legendary Grand Entertainment. Without Legendary Grand Entertainment, it's like, what am I doing as the homie Zach 710? I wouldn't be the homie Zach 710. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it would be a freaking online gamer tag on gaming, video games. But otherwise, I'd be just working a job and doing everything else. I wouldn't have bought that Phoenix kit from Apex Legends. I wouldn't have freaking, uh, what's it called? What else in this room? I wouldn't have, started streaming right now. I wouldn't even be I'd be sleeping right now. I wouldn't even be standing here. I wouldn't have gotten, I didn't get that. I wouldn't have gotten all those games over there. I wouldn't have gotten, and been using that monitor. Maybe I would have. I wouldn't have gotten, you feel what I'm saying? All this gaming equipment and all this stuff. I wouldn't have gotten, some of these things that wouldn't have been occurred to me at all if it wasn't for Legendary Grand Entertainment. And that's my favorite thing of all time. So that's the reason I made this live stream. That's the reason I'm talking about this, is because when people are talking bad on me or Legendary Grand Entertainment, or if they're talking bad on me, you're talking bad on Legendary Grand Entertainment, like I said earlier. So that is the prime thing. That's when it gets like a little bit of a touchy subject. That's when it gets a little bit of like, okay, that's what you're saying? That's how you feel? All right, let me look into it. Because I know for a fact there's no wrong into it. And of course, not all the time I'm going to look into it. And I'm not going to spend all my energy, dedication, and effort as much as they do. But I just want to see what they got to say. So that's why I want to do the debate thing too. But anyway, 2021, renamed myself Big Boy ZX. I used that for a while. And then you can still call me that too. I still go by that. But then in late 2021, this channel was made. But I called it the homie Zach. That was the name that I wanted for a long time. But I put 2 H's to keep it different. And that was just that. That was that. And that was the name I went by for months until later on I just did the homie Zach. And then no 2 H's, because I found out that, no one else was named the homie Zach on PlayStation. Out of the millions and 10 millions of players playing, 100 millions probably, players that ever created an account, even if they don't use it or not, they've never thought of the name of homie Zach. I've been the only one to come up with that name. So I went with it. And then later on I added 710. 710 is actually X Roman numeral, and then 7 is VII, and VII doesn't really matter, but X is like ZX Infinite, and it just kind of like coincides with it. And that's just cool how that works. And 710 is because 7 for luck and 10 for perfect. 777. And then I guess the number 7, and it's also like in my birthday month, July. And then once I found out I was a crab and a Cancer, and then my dad was the Red Scorpion because he's a Scorpio. It only made sense for that too. And then Sting, of course, he was inspired by, and Bret Hart, for professional wrestling. But then I was like, okay, I could do Scorpius, but I want to kind of be myself and do my own thing. So the biggest problem with that too was the fact that this is kind of tattooed. So I took it as to look back on when my name was Scorpius, that nickname, and also just like from my dad, because he was the Red Scorpion Mike Martinez. So it's a shout out to him. And maybe I'll have Red Scorpion written under it, or Red Scorpion Mike Martinez written under it, or the homie, dad or something. I don't freaking know. Anyway, moving on. And then ever since then, this channel's been here. I've released music, and 2020. I completely forgot about that. One more thing that happened, 2021. One more thing that happened when I came here, when I was doing Emperor Ultimate. Before here, actually, it was at my mom's mom, and I was like, hold up, what if I took Core Impact Records and made it more? So this is the exact folder that I had, and 2021. This song was written in January of 2021. That was my first song I wrote when I really, really took music seriously. I didn't take it as serious when I was Emperor Ultimate, but the very second that I took it serious, I was the homie Zach 710, ZX Infinite. And at first, in 2021, when I was making the name, or late 2020, very, 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 very late, I don't remember, whenever it got made, um, I took Core Impact Records and I'm like, okay, but I liked filming. I've been in filming, TV shows, movies, web series, all that type of stuff. I've been in that too. So why don't I start doing that? Because I've always wanted to write those and I already have before. So I started doing that and I just was like, okay, you know what? I like other stuff too. Let's just put it all together. The content, the music, the filming. Let's put even more stuff together, and podcasts and all that. I've tried to do a podcast for so long, and then the Legendary Grand Entertainment Show happened. That's what basically that is. But anyway, so then all that came together as a collective, and I came up with the name Grand Gold Vibe Entertainment. This is the first folder. This is the official folder I've had for years. This is it. All of what's in here is my first music from 2022 to 2023. All of these I wrote. Homies X710 Islands, Legendary, all this, up to like my third, actually up to Reality Check I wrote on paper. I don't know. Up to the album You Mad Stay Mad, which is a random album name, but yeah. So that's what this is. There's that, and that's when Legendary Grand Entertainment was formed. But I went through name changes to find that right name. That's why I haven't been the Homies X710. So with that said, my crown, it'll always be in the background and it's always basically on my head. But because we're nearing the end of the stream, I'm gonna take it off, but not yet, because there's a couple things I want to talk about too. So this will take off. This I will put on my side, because we're getting to the end of Legendary Grand Entertainment and talking about it. So that's Legendary Grand Entertainment when it first started, under ZX Infinite, or at that time I was, well, ZX Infinite, but then I was doing Emperor Ultimate stuff. I don't know where all those went or whatever or whatnot, but that was there, and then that was that, and that's just what that was. And then I started doing Emperor Ultimate with the Grand Vibe Entertainment. I took out Gold, and then I eventually called Legendary Grand Entertainment Legendary Grand Gold Entertainment. But then I was like, nah, I'm gonna just keep it to LGE because I like that the most. And yeah, gold's cool, but yeah, gold is the color of gold and black, which is interesting. But gold, white, and black, I believe. It started out as white and black for Grand Vibe Entertainment, but then I was like, that's a little bit. I like that, but I want to add some more color and flavor to it, and that didn't happen until I was doing it as Legendary Grand Entertainment, until it was renamed that. So moving on, it was Grand Gold Vibe Entertainment. So then I left there with some of the ideas, and the idea to create something more than just a music label. So Core Impact Records was, obviously, if it wasn't obvious before, it was a music label. I turned my film, and I turned my content on YouTube and content everywhere else, my live stream, all that together into Legendary Grand Entertainment, but at the time, Grand Gold Vibe Entertainment. Now, I didn't like the word vibe in that name. At first I did, because that was just one of the words I used a lot. And that was just something that I didn't really quite understand the meaning. So I looked up the meaning and I learned about the meaning, and I'm like, all right, I don't really like that for my whole business and brand. I want it to be something that's more like me and something that's like me. So that's why when people ask about X Deadlies and like, yeah, the deadliest gamer, that's what I used to call myself. And that was just for gaming, but I did other stuff, sure. And that was just what it was at the time. But now I'm more than a gamer. So and I've done World War III Battle of Treasure, so I had a little bit of film going on, so people can look at X Deadlies as a gamer, but forget about World War III Battle of the Treasure when I was doing that film, and I was already doing other stuff too, and meeting people like Kurt Angle and Lita from WWE and all this other stuff when I was X Deadlies, and then I met Kevin Nash, and I was supposed to meet Sting, but I ended up meeting Edward Bosco, and amazing time. It was a little bit of a thing happened. but I don't have the video to it. I probably do. I don't know where. JJ Orange does though, on his streams, and yeah, man, it was a cool moment, and I'm glad that JJ Orange was there for me and him to experience that because he likes the show as much as I do, and his favorite character is Alistair. So, oh man, it's just like how it went, but it's all good. It's all good. We all chilling. You know, Edward Bosco is a G. He's cool. That's my brother right there. So going back into it, uh, then for a couple years, I went as no, for just 1 year in 2021. For the entire year, I called it Grand Vibe Entertainment. I took out gold for some reason, and I just thought it was like more. It rolls off the tongue easier. I thought it was just cool. You know, I like that. So I went with that for an entire year, and then changed the character thing and just went to be myself. I've never did that. I kind of did it with X Deadlies, but it was like dialed up to 11. I already did the explanation for that many a times, but and I changed a little bit of things. It was supposed to be a little bit toxic and a little bit like extra, and it was like really over dramatic, and that was just that character. Now the homie Zach 710, that's the closest to me because I'm not playing no character, and it's just me. That's just all it is. I'm not playing no characters. I'm not adding nothing. I'm not doing no fake personality or persona like Joshua does. I'm not doing no fake things. It's legitimately like how I am. And I was always like that during X Deadlies too, when I was playing a character, or whether I was or not, because you can see in the content when I'm just myself and I'm just uploading to the channel X Deadlies, and then you can see other times where am that character and then I upload it to X Deadlies. Like there's both, you know, like you can technically say that half of it was the homie Zach 710 when I wasn't playing the character X Deadlies, and then the other half was X Deadlies. Just like that. I think I'm gonna take these and put them into two different streams though, um, because it's like I feel like it's something that would fit more as a part one and part two, um, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. So, uh, yeah, because there's gonna be comments on this video in the chat, and I want to see that and break it down and deconstruct it. But we're not there yet. So yeah, for like 3 years since then, or 2 years since then, since 2022, I ended up changing the name to from Grand Vibe Entertainment to Legendary Grand Entertainment. So the color didn't change necessarily just right then and there, but then the name changed when I changed my name to Legendary Grand Entertainment, not my name, but the name. And freaking then I added the color yellow. I don't know why, just because it was called gold back in the day. So I'm like, okay, well, if it was called gold, I'm just add yellow. And then it basically is just the golden name of it. And then golden because it's related to something else that I don't really talk about, but the religion side. And um, you know, everybody has their differences in religion. And for a while, I was like agnostic and kind of like how I feel about Kingman, a little bit agnostic, but I like it. But the people there are just all right for the most part. Um, but um, then that whole thing just kind of relates to like kind of the 710 and ZX Infinite part, but like ZX Infinite, I'm always gonna be infinite. I'm always gonna be forever. You know, no matter how much people don't want me being here, you know, that's just the facts. Is I'll always be here, and I've always been here. Um, and then like on the topic of that and the whole religion side of things, like I don't like and I don't have to share this, but you know, I kind of I'm a kind of religious guy. And you might notice it or not. You might see that. And people might not even learn this until they get this far into the stream. But while we're at it, I my family's been a little bit like that. Um and that's where I got it from. And then, you know, that was just at that time. Things have changed now, but um because that's how it was for a while, I was like, okay, well, and after my concussion, I was like, okay, you know what? I kind of I kind of feel like, you know, trying that out. So in 2020 or late 2020, before I got here, I started you know, looking into religion and stuff, and I was like, oh shoot, this is kind of dope. I rock with this. So I started doing that, and then basically since then, that's that. And that's you know, it's always been around me, and it's always been something that like I kind of liked. And I've even went to like, you know, like those places too. Those white buildings, um, the churches or whatever. And I thought that was kind of lit because the people were cool too and all that. And it was an interesting kind of place. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I never not liked it. Like I don't have a reason not to like it. Like, oh, all this stuff's negative and bad, and I don't like this for no reason. Like, but I guess people's genetics and their families, I guess they grow into not liking certain things, so they're just instantly like that. And then there's people that grow into stuff that like that, and then there's just people that are like that. But it is what it is. But yeah, I never revealed that before, but there you go. If you're 2 hours into this, or if you're watching this right now, there you go. Go back if you'd like, and if you can't, wait until the stream's over, and then do what you will with that information. But yeah, pretty much for the rest of my days, it's gonna be like that, because it's just like, why bother with negativity? Like, really, like, let's be real. Say what you will about it, but I love logic, and I love helping people out, and I love like smart stuff. Like anything smart and intelligent, I love logic and positivity that always leans towards positivity. Anything smart and like it's just cool, and I just find so much interest and intrigue in it, and I'm just deeply invested into that. Like I'm invested so much into smart stuff. If it's like negative, then it becomes unintelligent. Then it's like you're not getting nowhere, and you're just there, being mad because you can't, fix your life because you can't, because you're not doing it, and you're saying you can't when you can. Um, you just never tried. You don't know until you try. And my grandma said that. And ever since she said that, like years ago, I've been going by that, and that's just facts. I mean, that's kind of the truth when you really like think about it. You don't even got to think about it; it's common sense. Self-explanatory. But yeah, and then Legendary Grand Entertainment is gold, gold and black. And then gold's colors, like if you look up the color meanings for gold, it's pretty interesting too. Um, so since then, Legendary Grand Entertainment went from black and white to yellow and black, and then I became the Homies Act 710, and that's what I've been looking for 23 years. Ever since I started being born and being on this world, like on this earth, that's what I wanted. That's the things that I've been looking for ever since X Deadlies, ever since starting the music labels, ever since Major Supremacy Records, ever since Major Impact Records, Core Impact Records, ever since I started getting into music, ever since I started uploading my first contents on YouTube from back in like 2008, around that time, and then my first actual channel in 2012. Ever since all of the source and the roots and the origins and everything like that, ever since that and the birth of all that and the birth of me, I didn't find Legendary Grand Entertainment until 2020 or 2021, but I really found it in 2022, but I still found it 2 years before I really found it. So now here it is. I'm here. Legendary Grand Entertainment's here. It's been a long time, years in the making, 2 decades, and a couple years, but this is it. Um, and yeah, so released a lot of projects since then, collaborated with a lot of people, and that's that. Now, uh, I've already explained a lot. Now I explained Legendary Grand Entertainment, a lot of details too. Now we can move on from that. Now that you guys know what Legendary Grand Entertainment is, now I'm gonna read chat and talk about Joshua, or Hawk as he calls himself. But really quickly, his name has two K's in it, right? And look at his bio. Isn't it a little bit familiar to the X Deadly's bio, my last channel? Now, me and this guy were never friends. We were acquaintances, like I said. We were never that close, and he over dramatizes things, like I said. Um, and he thinks that because it's something that I made, he can think that he can do it better or something. He has this mentality of trying to see it as competition because he's so stressed out about stuff in his own life. So he tries to like see things as they are not and over complicate things. And it's just, I don't like what he does, and I don't like him as a person as he is now. When I first met him, he was all right and he was kind of chill. At times, is a little weird, but hey, he was actually chill for, if he was chill at all, then he was chill. But those little times where he was weird and, some of the stuff, like, all right, that was a little weird, but it is what it is. When I first met him, he got scared of stars. And you know what the logo for Legendary Grand Entertainment is? It's a star, a shooting star. So I love that. That's just I just think that's funny. But he would say the stars, oh the stars, and the stars, and he like would stay up for hours saying that, hours and minutes saying the stars, oh the stars, because my room was painted black and it had stars on it, which is kind of weird because that's like foreshadowing Legendary Grand Entertainment right there. Anyway, so yeah, like I don't know what the freak, like it's all good, and it's all chilling. Um, and you can say what you will, but like I don't know what the freak he was so scared of stars for. I don't know why he was scared of them, but um, and I call myself an all star because Super Mario All Stars. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna admit it. That's where that comes from. And then I talk about it in the Ill Shot roast track that how much you freaking scared of stars. You subpar. I mean, 2018 or 2016. Thought we used the whole meat, and all that. But yeah, moving on from Legendary Grand Entertainment and talking about the couple of people that have tried to criticize me and Legendary Grand Entertainment. I've already did one. That's out of the way. Now we're on to the only person that's been spreading misinformation. With all the following that he has, I feel like I want to address some claims that he made and address some misinformation that might have been said. So that's why I'm here today, and that is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to make this stream. I know it's 2 hours in or whatever, and I'll put that in the description. But someone doesn't see the problem in the bad things that this is really causing for other people, and the negative things that he's been doing has been causing bad things for other people. So I want to be that person because YouTube doesn't want to do it. I want to help the platform. I want to make it a better, safer place. So that's what I'm here to do. And I had a video that I did and I was working on it. And I was like, you know what? I don't think there's a point to this. Like, really, when you think about it, if I made his career, that's that. That's it. That's done. If I got him into Call of Duty and YouTube and all that other stuff, that's done. That's it. And we were never friends. So, with all that information, that's it. And I didn't even have to move on because I didn't care about that situation. Remember what I said earlier about if you hate something or if you don't care about it. And those are two different things when you break it down to its bare minimum. If you hate something, you have to care about it in some way to at least feel any type of feelings about it. If you don't care about it, you don't feel no feelings about it. You don't feel nothing. You don't elaborate why you hate these things, And because they've been saying that they, including Joshua and that little gamer group, because they keep saying that they hate this and hate that and hate that, but no proof, evidence, paperwork, screenshots, freaking screen recordings, documents, nothing like that, not showing it. And I've asked last year, I said, if there's something I did so wrong, make a video on it. Show everybody. Go ahead. But if I'm not even here on Earth, like after I leave my legacy and I'm like, passed away and all that, then like if a video comes out then I can't respond, so there's nothing to do there. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to go from there. So I'm just saying in that stance of things, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people that will say some stuff, and that's whatever. Everybody's different. That's their choice. I'm not gonna tell them, what to do. If that's what they choose to do and how to move, everybody sees that publicly, and they're gonna react to that how they react to that, like they already have. I've told people about this situation. I didn't have to, but I told people about this to get how they feel about this, and one thing in common with all of that is we all agreed on everything. This dude's been following me, stalking me, obsessing over me for 3 separate channels that I've been doing. From X Deadlies to Emperor Ultimate to Grand Vibe Entertainment to Legendary Grand Entertainment to the homies X17. He's been following me for over 10 years at this point. Almost. It's been like 7 years. Saying something negative, and we were never close. We were never friends or nothing like that. So how can you even feel that way because of something that never even happened. And then he's making up this stuff and over simplifying things. Like, I don't know. It's over like video games too. But yeah, I'm gonna read the comment section finally. So all I'm saying is, what is he proud of? What has he done for YouTube? What has he done for esports? What has he done for Call of Duty? What has he done in content? Before I read the chat, actually, before I read the chat, this is the reason, this is one of the things I wanted to say in the video. What has he done? Oh, he's competed in a gaming chair thing and won a gaming chair. Hold on. It's going to take a little bit because I have to walk over here. You know what this is that I bought with my own money? You want to see something? You want to see something cool? See this? See what this is? Oh, this looks a little familiar. What would they call this? I can't remember. What would they call that? Oh yeah, gaming chair. That's right. So as someone who bought a gaming chair, didn't have to win it because they have other stuff going on than gaming. You notice one of the things too. You notice something too. Everything he does is gaming. Everything. So for him to talk about my music, for him to talk about anything bad on Legendary Ground Entertainment or me, you are a video gamer. You don't understand any of this. You didn't get to know me. Of course you're going to say that I'm acting black like your mom says too. The fact that your moms and your parents have been defending you in your comments, even after you're an adult, and then treating this whole situation more than it really is, because we weren't that close. How are you feeling so much emotions about someone you don't know? That's when you go like to therapy. That's when you go to a mental institution. That's when you get that help. And when I told him you need help, obviously he didn't take my advice. Yeah, he's in therapy, whatever, from what I've heard. If he's in therapy, how the actual heck has he been in therapy over this, for one? For two, how is he in therapy and uploaded a 26-minute psychotic meltdown, freaking mental breakdown? He literally uploaded the video publicly. It's 30 minutes, but for 26 of those minutes, he sits there complaining, bringing up stuff that doesn't even have any points, doesn't have no proof or evidence the entire video, and it's over a roast track. It's over a song I made because I randomly wrote it, felt like writing it. It got wrote, it got recorded, it got made. I did everything except the beat and the production. I recorded that whole thing. I mixed and mastered that whole thing, and I edited that whole thing, and I did all that. And editing seems to be something he doesn't really know about, because when I watch his videos or streams or whatever the freak, his videos, in this case, when I watch them, I'm like, bro, like 20 seconds of this is him sitting there like, oh shoot, I should have just recorded this part or did this way. It's like, bro, you could have edited that out. What are you talking about? You've been freaking doing all of this yourself and discrediting me as if I never did anything to get you to this spot. Talking about blood, sweat, and tears. Joshua freaking F, you know nothing. You know nothing about any of this stuff to even get remotely close to blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears? Are you delusional? I shouldn't even ask that because we all know it, but the answer to that, you have to be a Karen. No, wait, your mom's already doing that. You have to be a freaking delusional lunatic to even think to call yourself and put yourself on a high pedestal, to call yourself better in any way, shape, or form. You were on the gaming type thing, all right? You want to compare gaming, there's a far, far level of skill that I'm all the way up here and you're all the way far down below the depths. You're not even on the basic level, the first levels. You're below. This just below there. Look at your 300 subscriber montage for me right quick. Some people, you know what, people right now, watch that right quick. And tell me, which of those clips have you seen before? How many millions of times have you seen that before? Bro, he put clips of him hitting clips on bots. All right. Recently, I looked at his clips. He's in the spawn of Rust on Modern Warfare III, hard scoping with a freaking sniper. Oh, I got a clip with the slowest sniper, even though it was like a 6-man. It was super slow, and I was basically in the spawn but I still hit it with the slow sniper, man. It was so slow. It's like, bro, nah, you are not compare. There's no comparison. All right, his content is far different from mine. He can buy all the views and audience and subscribers, all whatever he wants to buy, but just as someone, if even if you're new to the situation, look at his channel and put mine next to it. Look at all of my playlists. Look at all my videos. Look at all the ideas. Look at all the concepts. Look at all the live streams. Look at all of that. And then open up another tab. Put Legendary Grand Entertainment right there. Look at all of that. Look at all of my channel. And then compare that to just him uploading gaming or life updates or reaction videos. The only things he does is gaming. As far as he goes, is gaming. It's always gaming. And oh shoot, he's making a video game. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's so insane, bro. I cannot believe that. I did that in high school. And the fact that you're doing that all these years later, I haven't been in high school since 2019. And freaking, what, 5 years after, I haven't gone to school, actually. Kind of. At the end of 2019, I kind of was in school too. So not really 5 years, but almost half a decade later, after all these video games you play, now you're making a video game. Like, bro, congratulations. Who asked? You know, it's like everybody, including me, everybody in the population of the world, and everybody's here. That little group of gamers, including Joshua, but I mean, you know, the fat dude doesn't even like him, so I mean, they're in two separate groups, but they're basically in the same group overall. Everybody in the population on Earth and everybody here, whether they watch the internet or not, whether they use it or not, whether they even know it's a thing or not, wherever they're at in the world, everybody's here, including me. They're over here trying to make some drama, him making a 26-minute video of him blabbering nonsense, flapping his gums, and yapping all over here, and saying, hey, I don't like what you do, I don't like Legendary Grand Entertainment, and all this you're doing, I don't like it, and I made this all on my own, this is all of what I did. These 2Ks from X Deadlies, that's not what it's from, those 2Zs, that's like in your name, even though it's obvious in my about section, channel about section in my freaking bio of my YouTube, variety content creator, even though I don't even create any content that hasn't been done before, and even though I don't even make variety of types of videos, I only upload reactions and gaming and freaking life updates, and that's the only things I do. Well, all the stuff you do, I do it better, and I'm better than you, and you know, if buying subscribers wasn't a thing, I'd have less than you, but I've told people at my school to subscribe to me, so I have more than you. And then, you know, they're all over there, and it's like a meme too. And then there's this like one guy that's like he gives a thumbs up, and then they go back to what they're doing as they're talking trash and doing drama, and everybody in the population's like having a good time, positivity, prosperity, freaking peace, love, and that's the things I go by. You know, 3 of those things are from Logic, though, I won't lie. But that's just some stuff I go with. Besides, you know, I added prosperity to it, but all that and everybody being happy and enjoying themselves, and in a very second when everybody's enjoying themselves and being happy and being positive and everybody's learning, growing, evolving, everybody's, you know, making, you know, everybody learn and everybody's happy and everybody's all good, they're over there complaining and trying to make up stuff that doesn't matter and being delusional over video games. It always stems from video games, mind you, all being like that, and then they're all trying to do stuff over here to other people here, and it's like, who are you though? You know, it doesn't matter. And then back to this, you know, back to the population, back to the people that, you know, care about what matters, and then these people care about video games and their career in video games. It's like, bro, who asked? Who are you? And yeah, that's basically, to break it down to the bare minimum, who is he to talk about what I do? He's a gamer, a video gamer. I am beyond levels from being a child playing video games that I played when I was a little kid. Which, alright, you want to go there? I still play the games that I play as a kid because I like video games. You want to go there? Okay, whatever. You find that comparable, you find that funny, you find that freaking all this, but at least I'm not illogical, illiterate, freaking unintelligent, and immature like this whole entire situation here, while everybody in the population and me and Legendary Grand Entertainment is all chilling and we all good, and then these people tripping over nothing and, you know, tweaking and doing vape and being junkies. It's like, You want to be invested in that? You want to talk about that? Go over there and talk to them about that. We talking about what matters. We talking about the facts. We talking about this and just what matters. We don't got time for all of those little problems. Oh, they're mad about the past. All right, y'all go talk to a therapist. Bye. That's not our problems. That's not our problems. Here, that's their problems that they gotta deal with. That's not our problem to help them. We shouldn't feel obligated to help them. I mean, sure you can help them, sure, but that's not your job. You shouldn't spend any time in your life to help freaking those people who know what they're doing is wrong, who need a reality check. Because I already tried doing that. I gave them a reality check and I tried helping them. And my grandma told me, she said, not everybody wants help. Maybe he doesn't want help. Yeah, true enough. I could be true. And just overall, you can do that if you want. I'm just saying, even if you do that, knowing how he is in real life, since 2008, knowing that guy, I don't think he's going to change. I hope and wish the best for him and everybody in that little gamer group, and I hope and wish the best for everybody, including you guys, including whoever's watching the live stream, including whoever's there that watched the content, even if you don't watch this live stream, even if you don't use the internet, even if you're here or not, even if you even know who I am, or Legendary Entertainment, or even heard of it, or whatever. No matter what, I hope and wish the best for you, and I want you to be your best self. But this stuff right here, this isn't your best self. This is the lowest point that these people are. That's not their best self. They could be doing so much more instead of spending so much time being emotional over video games. That's just the truth. Going back to it, though, what has he done? What has he done as a content creator? What has he done that people have not done before? Let's Plays have been on the freaking platform and been on the internet since like 2005 or something. 2006. I don't even know. Do the research. I already looked it up and made a video on it. I don't remember. Go look it up. Years and years and years ago, before I was starting to make content on the platform, Let's Plays were a thing. So Let's Plays out of the equation, out of the whole thing, subtracted from the equation. Let's talk about reaction channels. Wasn't that copyright? Wasn't that against the platform to even do reactions? Yeah, I've done them myself, but whatever happened to that whole thing? I mean, unless the creator of that original video wants you to take it down, I mean, I think it's fine, but I don't know. That's a whole thing in itself. But anyways, reaction channels, people have done that before. That's subtracted from the equation. All right. Let's see. Gameplay videos and Let's Plays are kind of one and the same. So, subtracted from the equation. Update videos. Now, this can be in a way subjective to the person that's making the videos, updating their audience on their life and what's going on. But people have done that before. And I mean, like, it's not necessarily a thing that's like content related exactly, and not really like an idea that's like a series or anything like Let's Plays or anything like that, but subtracted from the equation. Go look at his channel right now if you don't believe me. Go look at his channel. That's literally all he does and all he is, and it's just video games and that's it. What has he done to call himself a content creator? You look up the definition, he is not that. He is not that. And what YouTube's definition of it, he can't be that. Because what content does he create? And if you're at least original with it, like criticism, if you're original with it and you add something to it, then it's your style, then it's something that you can't look at another gaming channel and compare it. Like if you look at Joshua's channel, or the Alpha Shadow Hot Clone, his channel, and then you look at another gaming channel, another person that uploads gaming, you put them together, no matter how many subscribers that other person has, replace them with any different person you want, whether they're famous or not, whether they have subscribers or not. You put them together, there is not a single difference. It's just gaming, uploading people playing games. He doesn't add anything to it. He's not entertaining. He's not funny. And I went into it, all right, I gave him a chance. I was like, I did this multiple times over the years, actually. And I was unbiased, and I was open-minded, not judging, not anything. I sat down as an audience member and watched his channel. Not as a content creator, not as a creator, like in Legendary Entertainment, not as anybody in the business side of things. I just watched it, just to see how it feels to watch his content. I sat there recently, years ago, and it always resulted in the same result and outcome. I don't see the difference between his content that he puts on the platform, which he doesn't create, but I guess we're just going to call it content, just for the, just to make this video quicker, and just for lack of a better term, we're just going to call it content. What he puts on the platform, other people have done, and he doesn't add to it. Now, everybody's different, and some people might like that. Yes, if they're installed Fortnite, and if they're, below the age of 13, then yes, they are going to like his channel. But when we're talking about actual adults, that's a whole, situation I'm not going to get into, but, it's a... I'll just leave that there. Certain people that are born with certain things like that type of stuff. And are manipulated by him to like that type of stuff. And he's one of those types of people, and so am I. You might not even know it, and you can believe it or not. But in fact, we both have something in common. Him and my little brother have this thing called PRS. Sure, whatever. JJ Orange, him and JJ Orange, Jason, and Joshua both have that. But what all three of us have in common, in fact, is something that starts with a D. A D. So, disabilities. And I knew the guy in real life. So if you really want to try to criticize me or say what you want and talk trash or talk bad, does not matter. Does not freaking matter, because firstly, you weren't in the situation. You can have an opinion. Anybody can. That's cool. But if you weren't in it and you don't know what happened in that situation except me and Joshua, can't talk about it. But if we both are like that, then you can't criticize me for, trying to say stuff and criticize him and figure out things and break it down and deconstruct things. You can't say nothing about that. That's just self-explanatory. That's just how it is. You think otherwise, that's illogical, unintelligent, don't make sense. That just doesn't make any sense. Not scientifically backed up. That's just the truth. That's reality. And because I try to tell him that and try to say things like that to him and explain things to him, how reality is, I call that reality check. That's what I called a roast track series for a little bit. He didn't get that. All the stuff that I've ever told him, he doesn't see that because it's me. He doesn't listen to it. If anybody else told him that, he wouldn't listen to that either. That's just the person he is. He doesn't want to change to his best self. He doesn't want to be his best self. And that's crazy that I've had one viewer throughout this entire thing. Whoever's watching this, you are the most fan that I've ever had. Out of 355 people, 354 have not appeared on the stream as much as you. So I don't know. I'm expecting it's someone that I'm pretty sure I know who it is. And you've been commenting in the chat the entire time. And I'll check that out. But again, we're going to be looking at the facts. Everything that I've been saying, you can accept the truth or not. I don't even know if I'm right about who you are. Just a guess. And if I'm wrong and you're just enjoying this, that's cool. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Cool. But if like, you feel your opinion about it, and then there's the facts, but these people, if they can't accept the facts, then that's on them. And if any viewers don't want to accept the facts, that's on you guys. Nothing negative, nothing bad. It's not like nothing wrong. That's just like some people feel indifferent about things. And people's opinions, they rather like that and think that's the truth over the actual facts and reality and life and real life things. That's what reality is. So, what has he done? He doesn't make original content. He made that 26-minute video showing who he truly is now. He vapes before he had a child and after he had a child. And now that child's going to have lung problems. And I don't hate the guy. I just don't like the stuff that he does and who he is now. I wish and hope the best for him, but I don't hate him. And that's some things that people don't understand. And we're almost done with this whole stream. I'm going to wrap it up soon. I'm going to read the chat and all that. But what has he done to put himself on this high pedestal, to put himself up there? Yeah, he's his egotistical self and narcissism in himself. Yeah, there's that. But let's take that out and let's talk about why he puts himself on a high pedestal. It might be because of that, yeah. But what has he done? So I looked at what he did. He hides behind fake accounts, and YouTube knows it. They can look at that. They're a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company, and along with Google owns them now. So Google and YouTube both have that to look through their own comment section, to look through all the fake accounts that were made by Joshua, and look through all that stuff, and not just Joshua, but that little gamer group. They can look at that and see everything. And if they apparently can't, or if they say they can't, how do you have that much money and all of that resources and all of that, and even being the number one like search engine, and the one thing that people use, and people say nowadays, one of the main things that people say is say, oh, Google it. You want to learn about this? Google it. So if it's such a worldwide thing that's known, how do they not know and understand, even after I have reported these people to YouTube, that they're not a problem, that they're not breaking the rules, but I am, apparently. It's like, I've been on the platform longer than they even knew what YouTube was. And I've been supporting you guys. I've made this guy's career. I made him put money into you guys to get those 2,000 subscribers, to get monetized. And then his friends, because he's on YouTube's giving him money, because he wouldn't be on YouTube if it weren't for me, but because I helped him get on YouTube, and I help people's careers, because that's just what I do. Like I said, Legendary Grand Entertainment is about that too. I help people, and I want them to be their best self, and want them to just enjoy life. But if they take that and they use it in a negative way, they'll never do it the way that they've actually wanted to do it. They think that they might, but they won't get everything they want done too. Everybody can doubt it. Everybody can say what they want, but once they realize, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, once they realize it, no matter what, because if they do, then they do, and if they do, they'll be like, oh man, he was right the entire time. Then there's that. And if they don't, that's just what happens. That's life. Like RNG, like I said, that's life. But, what has he done? Who did he help? How many people has he helped? What is their age? Because I'm pretty sure they're going to go to the for everyone age. It's not going to be actual adults and actual people who have fully developed minds that actually sit down and watch him and be entertained. Just saying. This video and stream doesn't go against the platform, because I don't do that. I know the rules. And, it is what it is. And that's that. So, now's the time where I read the comments, and then we're going to be done with this whole thing. And I'm not going to talk about it no more. I just find it straight crazy, though. I ain't gonna lie. That YouTube supports unprofessionalism. Like, I don't know why they be supporting him like that. The only thing that he ever does is just be unprofessional. Excessive cussing in his videos, but that's against the platform for doing that, by the way. But advertisements on his videos. Advertisements. He's getting monetized. He's getting paid. Supported by YouTube. Bought his fame. And I do the same thing, and then my videos get age restricted. My videos get this and that. Oh, but because he has the money to buy the monetization, because he has the money to do all this extra stuff, because he has the money from other people, he's able to do these things and get away with it. His whole entire life, he's been given free handouts and given everything to him. He's never had to do a thing in his entire freaking life. I saw it because I've been friends with this dude at one point in time. Well, had friend moments. I've been acquaintances with him, and we hanged out a lot for years. So, as someone who's been around him and seen his hygiene and seen how he lives and seen inside of his life a little bit and seen this person, how can you say I'm wrong when I literally seen this person? Unless you're friends with him, unless you've been around him for years. And if you see the same thing but you don't want to admit it because he has the money to make you look bad, or he has the money to do this to you or this or that, you need to see the better option. You need to see that it's not your problem to deal with his problems. He's probably making all of his friends do it for him. He's probably making other people do it for him because that's how he was. He was manipulated. I was around that in his life. And now he's manipulating others. He was bullied and became the bully. He was manipulated, became the manipulator. All these lies, and somehow people believe it. That's how I know that the age demographic that watches him, that subscribe to him, that enjoys his content aren't fully developed humans. We're all human, we all make mistakes, and we're all human. You're human no matter what, whether you admit it or not. I'm human, and humans have feelings. Humans feel the way they feel, and that's that. So you can, take it how you want with that information. Do with that information what you will. But no matter what, you cannot disregard the facts. And the facts, are with logic and stuff. That's the facts. And so now is the moment that I have not been waiting for, because I know a lot of it's going to be spam. But here we go to the chat section. Remember, the only things I'm going to be responding to are going to be things that truly matter and get to the point. If you're talking about some points, then I'll talk about it. If it doesn't make any sense, then I'll explain why it doesn't make any sense. Ready? Oh, gosh. I've dealt with this for years anyways, so it's nothing new to me. Oh, gosh, here we go. There it is. Yeah, okay, fake account. Cool. What the freak? Every word you think, speak, every action, manifest. This world is heaven or hell as you choose to manifest it. Okay, so I don't know where that's coming from, but as I said before, Earth is heaven and hell in my opinion. It's just whatever you make it, basically, your whole life. And recently, because we're going to the age of Aquarius, the age of the magician. If you believe this or not, you don't have to believe it or not. But a lot of people are like pointing the finger at people, and a lot of people, it's just like astrology and horologist stuff. And people are going to blame people for stuff, and that's just what the age we live in. It's just all that stuff, and that's just how people are going to be. And people are going to be exposed. People are going to be showed to who they truly are. And some people are now into the like witchcraft and stuff like that, and magic and all that. And that's just how we're going to get into nowadays, because that's just the age we live in. And it's all like either positive or negative. So I break it down to that. Not related to all that stuff, but a lot of this stuff that comes out of the whole thing of the age of Aquarius in general is the fact that a lot of negative is going to come out of it. So, of course this is going to happen, but people start believing manifesting things all of a sudden, and people are starting to get into that, and then it's become a big thing. So, people have their subjective opinion on it, optional opinion. And you can believe whatever you want, but, as I said, no matter what, I made Joshua. I made that X Deadly's clone. I made that Alpha Shadow Haunt clone by accident, by mistake, but it still happened. I didn't manifest it. I just straight up made a gamer tag. There's that. And as far as the overweight one, he's not going to have a career. He's not going to be successful. He's not going to have anything that's going to make him want to come back to certain things, and it's going to, be something. Of course, I've expected all these fake accounts, but, there's nothing that he's like. Even though he doesn't like positive things, I mean, every human does. You're born into it. You can deny it as much as you want, but if you're born, you're human. If you're, made from humans, and that's just what it is. I mean, we have aliens and stuff, and that's that. But if you're human, you're human. I can tell he's human. That overweight one. His name is something. I just call him the X Deadly's clone because I don't remember his name. I'm pretty sure that's his name anyway. And then same with Joshua. They're both human. So people start getting egotistical in the age of Aquarius and all this stuff. People start making up these fantasies and delusions and stuff like that, taking things seriously. And then also, how funny is it that all of a sudden weed/marijuana gets legalized at the same time as the age of Aquarius? You think that's coincidental? You think that's coincidental? Just saying. So I don't know what the point of that is, but yeah. Cool. Oh, is that like a history thing? Looking at my history? That's cool. Doesn't make a difference. I'm the one doing your mom. Have to take risks. I mean, if you decide to take a negative risk, then that's on you, but that's your choice. Everybody, if that's what you feel like doing, if that's what you want to make those exposing X Deadly's video just to take them down, and then, nothing comes out of it, that's on you. But, when you realize that no success will come to you, nothing that you want will come to you as long as you do that, I mean, you can waste all the time you want, but, I mean, what's that going to do? Because, it's not going to do anything to me. So, there's that. No, yeah, so it's just all spam, as I expected, because anything that has to do with drama, those two guys and then the little gamer group will always come just to flap their gums and just say random stuff in the comments, because they just buy bots to do it. So, good job. Your money you're putting into that. Good job. Good for you. Good for you. And then when you have nothing to say, you just start saying random stuff because you know that you're the wrong person in the entire thing, and because you're still going to put all this energy into it. Because why? Did someone pay you to create botted accounts? Did someone pay you a large amount of money to get at me? Which, if so, good for you and them. You wasted both of your time. People are just dim. They're dim-dims. Shoot, did I do that one? Hold on. Like, you can support me while also, like, talking trash in the chat, X Deadly's clone. But you act like this isn't public and people see this. So, I mean, have fun with it while you can, I guess. Okay, is it just me or frickin'... Every PC has notes installed. Is it just me? I need to write down something real quick. Notepad, but that wasn't there. Super, super useful, to be real. Like, if you've never used freaking Notepad, just saying to the X Deadly's clone watching or anybody in that little gamer group, because I know they're in the comments right now. If you do anything on PC, I'm just going to give you an idea. If you do anything on PC, Notepad. Like, you don't even have to write it down, and it's just, like, right there. You could probably type faster than you can write, depending on which one you just want to do. But if you like, more type faster than write, I highly suggest it. Actually, like, I use it to do a lot of my content stuff, and it's stupid useful. live chat. I'm the one doing your mom. Ah ha ha ha, so funny. Wait, who are you? Bro, it's not even a real account. Can't even see it. I can't. I'm trying to look at it, but I can't. And then all the comments just suddenly stop once I'm looking at the comments. All these fake accounts, crazy. So, when you do a live stream, the comments don't show up until after? Okay. I didn't know that. Ah, wait a minute. Is that for real? Hold on. Hold on. I want to see that. Can I see that on here? Hold on, pause. Hold on. I don't think I can. Have to take risk. Like I know anything like that. Give him time. He'll make another fake account and come back. That's interesting. I can't see that he's a participant when I see it. Interesting. That's crazy. That someone would put that much effort, dedication, and energy into something that won't matter. No matter how much they say it matters, no matter how much they say that all of that stuff's true, they know it's not, and they try to everything they can to make it true and, you know, manifest things, and they just won't happen, you know? So it's like, what is your entire point? Anyways, I'm gonna finish this stream off with a video I did. Now I could look at all of them and be here for a while, so I mean I can do that. So I mean I don't see why not. But let's go ahead and let's talk about some of the content that I've made. Yeah, I even made a video talking about goodbye, have a good one, and then he's still in the comments section, and then he's saying that I'm still saying all this. It's like, bro, I literally made a video before I made like Toy Soldiers, I think, or something. Because there's no light on in here. Not this yet. Is all I'm gonna do with the video. Not yet. Like this. Not I'm gonna just be very straightforward and blunt with this. Okay. Does it say not yet? Oh no, they clicked off. I'm gonna start this video. Alright. February 2014. This one was obviously like here. So that one's like gonna be the last one. Well, as what's this one?
Also, like our old CEO kind of got in between us. Also, he like kind of turned us all against each other. You guys all agree to that. You got it.
Okay. All right, we're gonna start it off with this one. Then we're gonna go.
I just want to make this video pretty fast. And
also, I see chat right now. I have chat open for people saying that I don't look at chat while I'm looking at it right now. So if you have anything you want to say before I end the stream, go ahead and do it. Before I wrap it up. Going to be watching some of the videos, whether it's related to this or not, and it is going to talk about some stuff while we're on the topic of Joshua. Oh my gosh, she's talking about Joshua.
Most people misinterpret.
Knocking about Joshua still. Oh no, life's over. Speaking facts, and we can't do anything about it. All we could do is blacklist them. All we could do is do all this stuff,
and we're still gonna be wrong forever, but it's so worth it. I will dedicate my life to this. I can't say any more than that. I was gonna make fun of the whole situation and say more, but I can't, because then, you know. But we're gonna be recapping all of these videos. We're going in right now. I don't know if I can talk about that one, so I'm not going to. Have to take risks. That's just illiterate people, man, that don't say anything. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. TTV Assassin 553. People are so weird. Like, what is wrong with them nowadays? It's so weird. All right, let's start it off with I make money with YouTube and Twitch. What do I do with it? So this kind of goes back to what I was talking about, is what has Joshua done? Does he have the crown? Has he made the Alpha Shadow Hawk account? Has he made Joshua a YouTube channel? He did not do that himself. He don't have the crown. Otherwise, he would have a crown on. I have the crown because I've had the crown. I just haven't, put it on and shown it until recently, including the Master Sword. But that's not the point. Let's get into it, because I use the Master Sword, and that is like, that's... You thought everything I ever did in the roast tracks was like the killing shot, the kill shot. You thought all of that was like how powerful I am. You have not seen the Master Sword. Although, for the memes, I pulled it out with no power in it. I was just pulling it out for the picture of Reality Check 9. That was just for the memes. And that was just to make fun of the fact that, not making fun of him, but making fun, entertaining and, comedy of the fact that he likes Legend of Zelda also, including me. I think I like it more than him, but, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's played, the first Legend of Zelda, the second one, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, beat all of them, Twilight Princess, and uploaded the gameplays. So far I've only did Twilight Princess, but I'll get to the 4 there. And I also don't think he owns the collector's edition on the GameCube, as I've had for... when GameCube games were being sold at GameStop, it still has the GameCube tag on them, on the thing, which actually they still do it nowadays, oddly enough, in California and a couple places. But anyway, let's talk about this. So why are we talking about the I make money on YouTube and Twitch, what do I do with it, is because going back to like what I was just saying, what has Joshua done for the people? What has he done for gaming? What has he done with all of that? What does he put money in? Basically, what is he, all the money that he apparently earns and apparently gets from, his parents and friends, obviously, but all the money that he gets, what does he do with it? What does he spend it on? Oh, he's going to upgrade his equipment for gaming. Oh, he's going to buy something for gaming. Something to gaming. Always something related to gaming. Always gaming. Well, thumbs up to him. Good job. Good luck with gaming. I don't do gaming only, so I don't know how it is to just only focus on gaming and dedicate your entire life to gaming. I don't know. I don't have that headspace. I don't have that mentality. I'm not, I've fully developed my brain. So yeah, let's get it.
If I were to get any type of money or make money
Facts.
off of YouTube, Twitter, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry for the room right now. I'm still organizing it a little bit, but should look better now. But to answer the question, if I were to make money off of doing all this stuff,
Yep.
YouTube, Twitch, whatever, right? If I were to do any of that, every penny, basically from the smallest, the maximum, the minimum, all of it, every penny, straight to every charity that I can send it to. Every hospital, every charity, everywhere. Each separately, and as much as I got, straight to those. and
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. No one's dethroned me. No one can.
it don't matter if I make money or don't.
King of gaming. I'm the king of gaming. I'm a king of music. No, I'm not no king. I'm bigger than a king. I'm the emperor, vampire of gaming, music, film, everything. Of making video games, creating video games, creating content. I'm the king. I'm the emperor vampire of making content. I'm the emperor vampire of music. I'm the emperor vampire of freaking making video games. I'm the emperor vampire of filming. I'm the emperor vampire of everything. And I've yet to be dethroned. So, it is what it is. People can talk about gaming and all that, but I just see them playing Call of Duty, so I don't even know what they talking about. Black Ops 3, have all those hours in Black Ops 3 and in Fortnite, and they're going to talk about, oh, but I'm better at gaming than you, and then it's all on Call of Duty. It's like, bro, good for you. Call of Duty, good for you. I didn't know, that everybody stopped playing it. And I'm so oblivious to it, and we lost people to COVID, which really sucks. Rest in peace, all those people. All love and respect, peace, love, prosperity, positivity to all those people. Shout out Logic for 3 of those, by the way, because I've been going by that. I'm not copying it, by the way, because I know someone's gonna say, oh, he's copying. Not copying it. I'm just using it. So shout out Logic every time I say that. But also prosperity. That's one that I added to it. Cool enough. I like Logic's music, and then he has relations to FaZe, so that's cool. But they can do their Call of Duty, and they can know about video games in Call of Duty. They can do whatever in Call of Duty and just video games. But I do video games and everything else. So once they, get out of gaming and grow up, then we could talk. But I've never been dethroned.
But if I were to, most of the time, I'm going to send all that to charities. I might save like maybe 5% for myself, or maybe 5 to 10% for myself and such, but most of it is going to be going toward charities and all that type of stuff. And that's basically what I'm going to do with all that.
I see people joining chat. We talking about facts, or are we going to spam the chat? I didn't have no questions. Even the things I brought up is just like not even related to the video. What's your address? Sesame Street. What's up, Randall? Thanks, Joshua. Thanks for joining the stream and liking the stream and subscribing and supporting. To comment, supporting the channel. Once you leave a comment or anything in chat, you support the channel. Chosen one, I probably did. I ain't even gonna lie, I probably did. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't even know if I did. I wasn't even paying attention to none of that. But there's websites for that. Just saying, if you want to go, if that caught your attention like that, then go check that out. Holler Crow. I don't even know what the frick you talking about. But I only do Legendary Grand Entertainment ideology. Only Legendary Grand Entertainment. And if people saying that they're doing Legendary Grand Entertainment, or this and that about Legendary Grand Entertainment, and they're saying that they're a part of it and all that, unless I say they're a part of it, I'm the only one who's a part of it. Patriot, what the frick are you doing? Done judged. What does that mean? Do you think SpongeBob will ever get his license? Menace says. He did. Y'all had to seen that episode. Can to be of help of your success. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Y'all ain't realizing the success I have is at the above the top. Everybody that's been criticizing or trying to bring me down in Legendary Grand Entertainment and talking bad on me, that's what this was about, this whole stream. One of the things that it was about and I talked about. We were supposed to debate, you guys in chat, but you guys didn't take part in it, so that's okay. It wasn't supposed to be like, it was only if you guys actually debated with me and asked me questions about the thing related to it, but because you guys didn't take part in it, I just did it myself. So in this whole thing, that was one of the reasons why I was talking about this, because they're talking, Joshua's talking, the X-Deadly's clone's talking, both of those X-Deadly's clones are talking. The Alpha Shadowhawk clone is talking about how they're more successful and that they're better and this and that. So so in the stream we talked about it. We talked about, like, let's pull in the facts. Let's look at the awards, achievements, accolades. In the background, all right? You see this? Where I'm pointing? Right above that Super Mario poster, right here. You see that? Right there? Those are trophies. That's where my crown goes, all the way over there. Those are trophies that I've earned without even trying. Those are things that I have not completely showed y'all, but they were in the background when I had my setup right here for a little bit. And I showed y'all in the background of it for a while, and satchels and stuff. I've earned stuff before the whole content creation thing, before all of this stuff of me being on the internet, before all of that. I earned that. I did that. I didn't see Joshua do that. I didn't see the other ex Deadly's clone do that. The overweight one. So I didn't see anybody do that. Not even in the little gamer group. Not even people around me. Not even people that are acquaintances, homies, freaking family or fans. I didn't see anybody do that except myself. And make music. And beat Joshua in 1v1s. And beat the overweight person in 1v1s. And beat all those little people in the gamer group in 1v1s. Beat all of them at video games. Make better content at them. Do all these things. Been in film projects. I did all that. Mesa by myself before I started hanging out with Joshua. Before I started really doing stuff on the internet. 2012. That was like, a couple years after I've been on the internet. And then when I started making content, I went to Mesa, Phoenix or whatever. Participated in a Pokemon trading card game tournament. Back in the day, out of thousands of people, I placed very high. Where, I don't freaking know, but I placed very high out of all those people, hundreds of people. And bro, I was a kid. Half of the stuff, I didn't even know what the freak I was doing. I didn't think about other people's strategies and all that because I had my own life going on and all this other stuff going on too and all this drama. So, I did it and it just happened. And man, when I tell you that was one of the most fun and awesome things I've ever been a part of, it was part of one of my favorite times in Pokemon TCG 2. Bro, like I said, from Diamond and Pearl all the way to X and Y, best TCG set series. I don't care what anybody says, best sets. The ones before, they cool. There's a couple of cool ones and all that. The ones after, they a couple or a few ones are cool, whatever. But they just don't hit the same as the ones from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White, X and Y. Bro, those are just the pinnacle, the top of the top, the secret rares, the gold cards, the freaking ace specs, the freaking, oh my gosh, I would sex it. But like, that's just real. That's just real. But we're just talking about like facts, like I said. We're bringing up facts. You wanna talk about Legendary Grand Entertainment? You wanna talk about the homies X710 ZX Infinite? You want to talk about that? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the facts. I'm not wasting no time. For 3 hours, every second went into talking about facts. Every minute, every hour. I've talked about so much stuff that I haven't seen anybody counter-argumented. I didn't see no points that other people have said to it. I looked at my chat. People didn't say nothing there. I look at my messages. I don't have a single message. I don't have a single message saying, hey, let's schedule a call and let's debate about this. None of those little gamers in that group, none of those people. Oh, because they don't have the time. They don't have all that free time that they put in video games, or they freaking steal money from other people and then they think they have money because of that. Nah, that's not how life works, bro. You got to pay bills once you get to this age. You got to grow up. You get your own house. You get a girl. You get off video games. You become a man. You gain responsibilities and accountability. You don't sit at that little young age and then, whack off and play video games and then, cry because girls don't like you and they cheat or whatever. Like, those are the same insecure people in that little gamer group. And to this day, I have yet to see a single just one picture, one screenshot of me, being such a bad person. One little picture, even if it's a text, one screen recording, one thing of proof or evidence, documentation, paperwork, nothing. So until then, y'all mad about video games over what? Over someone you don't know? That's what y'all doing? Good job. Anyways, so if I made any money, basically, I'd just donate. This is still something I would do because, I don't know. I mean, why would I give it to anybody else? If I was like, hey, all y'all little gamers in this gamer group, I'm going to give you $100 and Y'all can keep talking trash. No, I'll say you stop talking trash. But y'all can still do that if you choose. But and every year that you don't, every month I'm gonna add $100. So $1,200 by the end of the year. They wouldn't be able to do that. They wouldn't be able to do that. So no, that's not that's not gonna, no. I'd do that. But what else would I give it to? Like, I can donate to random streamers. I'd love to do that, actually. I might do that too. But, you're not going to see me giving out millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, $10,000, thousands of dollars even, hundreds of dollars even. You're not going to see me just throwing it out there. So, yeah. Yeah, so same thing nowadays.
So, yeah, I'm gonna finish my pancake.
This freaking dude. I'm gonna finish my pancake. Alright. And then let me read this. I'm the one doing your mom.
Okay. Now that that's done, I don't.
So freaking funny. I can't believe it. I've never laughed that hard in, bro, like, years. What's up, Dragon? What's good with you? What's good?
Okay.
So this video is called I'm Deeply Sorry. I Sincerely Apologize. Obviously a clickbait because it worked. And you know what? I've been living by this ever since I heard Michael Jackson say it. And Playboi Carti's going by it too. I don't know. I've never listened to Playboi Carti's music. I don't think I'd be a very big fan. It's alright. It's not bad. There's worse. And I'm not saying it's bad. Like I just said, it's not bad. So there's worse music out there. And he said the reason why he does the stuff he does is because Michael Jackson once said any publicity is good publicity. So that changed my mind on the last thing that I did about Joshua, the See You Again Z-Mix and remix, about writing how I'm done with that whole thing. That changed my mind right there. I was like, if Michael Jackson said that, and I like Michael Jackson as much as I did, he was cool and all that. If he said that, I'm going to be doing a lot of fun stuff. I love the freaking United States laws. That's for real.
Now that that's done, I don't know how that happened. I didn't actually feel that. That's weird. Hello, everybody. Today is January 27th.
Okay.
It's about to be 4 p.m.
Go on.
And the Royal Rumble for 2024 is about to happen.
Talking about it on purpose because that's what Joshua knows what it is. So, any type of thing where I can basically like say something, not like a jab at Joshua, but for lack of a better term, I'm just going to say that. Like something that he would be like, oh, I like that too. That's the point. Me and him have similarities. We can be friends. But because he's not choosing to do that and because he's choosing to do all this other stuff, and I know because of that fat guy influencing him to do other things because his life sucks. Now he's trying to make Joshua's life suck and, he's succeeding. So Joshua's believing him. The manipulator's being manipulated again by someone else and believing it. So nice. Once someone sees through people's lies like me, that's when they starting to lash out. That's when they start to get mad.
As you can see, I made a little bit of a change to the room.
Yes.
And in the back there is something a little bit new. But that's not what I wanted to make this video about.
So what is
you
it
guys are
about?
having a grand legendary day.
What is
I
it
just
about?
wanted to everybody to know that I sincerely apologize for anybody that I might have hurt along the way of where I'm at now. Whether it be on an old channel that I made or an old name that I did.
Man, I gotta get that haircut back. That was so clean. The long hair and the beard and all that. Goatee. The official goatee. Used to be the official beard. And then it became the official goatee. And so anyways, if you don't know, I changed my hairstyles and stuff and it's all different. I'm doing that now ever since the last one I did where I just did long hair and then, goatee and then cut it. And then it was just the goatee and long hair. I'll get to that later. But right now I'm doing the official beard and stash until it all grows, and then once it all grows it's going to be the official goatee, and I'm waiting for that. And then I'm going to shave it all off and then just do the mustache, and then it's just going to be me and the mustache without the freaking goatee. And then I'm going to do the goatee again. I was going to do clean shaven, but if my beards and mustaches and official goatees look like that, official mustaches, official beards, official goatees look like this, I'm finna do that. But you know, if it has to be for like a film role or a music video or anything, then of course, you know, I'll shave. Shave.
or anything coming up to the homies Act 710.
So this is obviously clickbait, like I said earlier, but it's clickbait because I didn't do anything to anybody. So how? How can that be? Where's the proof?
Or during this channel also.
If I did.
I highly doubt that there is any mistakes that I've made. I highly doubt there is anything that I've done to actually hurt anybody.
That's why I said August 2024. If there's something that I actually did, if there is something that I did, all right, show me. Show me. Why can't you show me? That is just the easiest thing to do. But
I highly doubt that I've actually done anything at all. But any videos that I have made are now going to be either unlisted or deleted, except on my Legendary Grand Entertainment channel. Those songs will stay as is. But I am taking accountability for my actions, and I apologize, and I am sorry to anybody I might have offended or hurt along the way of getting to this point. After getting off the phone with someone, I realized that we only live this one life, you know, and we only have so much time.
Exactly. And people want to waste their entire life on bowing down to the king, to the emperor, sucking my...
So why spend it on doing things like certain things that aren't worth the time? I think we should be really talking about what matters. Let's be talking about things that are actually important. And it sucks that things happen and things along the way of getting here. You know, stuff happen. I do want to let everybody know that I do want to make an apology to... There's so much freaking clothes and stuff right there. I did not realize how that was going to look on camera because I was not expecting to record. So just ignore all of that stuff. Actually, going to have to do that today. But anyways, I do want to make an apology to Joshua or Hawk or Alpha Shadow Hawk. I don't exactly know if his name is just Hawk or which one it is. But I do want to make an apology to him and to Apollo or Zentek.
Who the freak?
Things change.
Who are those people?
People change, and you know, being a kid back then is being a kid, and we all grow up at some point. Everybody makes mistakes, and some people will learn from those.
Is this not clickbait? Because I thought it was, but I guess not.
Mistakes. Some people will still stay that same person. Some people will. It's just like completely random. I've said it before. Everybody's different in their own way. Some people will change. Some people won't. You know, etc. Some people won't fully change, but will. And, you know, vice versa, or the latter. And in regards to all these situations and stuff that people have tried to involve me in, I am going to not take full responsibility or blame for anything that I've ever did or my actions, because there's only maybe a couple mistakes that I've made, but mostly overall I have not done anything wrong on my part. But I am going to remove anything related to any situations that were before, because it doesn't align with what I'm trying to do. It doesn't go good with Legendary Grand Entertainment. Anything.
Okay, so I guess it isn't clickbait, but anyway, and I guess I was serious. I really am not though, like how I really feel, because I mean, like, yeah, that's just like one of the ways I feel besides right now. But it's like, yeah, there's that. But also, the fact that... My bad, my lips are chapped. So, the freaking fact that if I did anything wrong, it would have been proven. But because I didn't, why would I upload this video? But that's kind of the whole, like, clickbait part of it. Because it was a little bit clickbait for that reason, so it was clickbait. But I didn't do nothing wrong, because, like, how can I do wrong when I'm always right? So, you know, if they have stuff going on in their situations, that's that. But You know, that's not my situation. That's them. uh, but yeah, no, definitely like I'll help people, and um, you know, I can help people as best as I can. And a lot of people don't have that in their life. Some people need that in their life. Some people want that in their life, and you know, not everybody's like that nice. Not everybody is, you know, gonna help people and stuff like that. You know, what's it called? So, you know, the types of people that need that and that want that, you know, that's why I'm the homie Zach 710. That's why I'm the homie. That's why I'm like here for this, and all that. But it really all goes down to like their choice. If they want to listen and they want to do that, then they'll be doing way better. But you know, eventually that little gamer group is just gonna fight each other. All those people are gonna fight, and all those people that are like negative, they're gonna disagree at some point, and they're all gonna fight. I already know the fat one that's watching this right now. I already know he's good. He doesn't like freaking Joshua and me. I know he doesn't care about me or Joshua, or he hates me and Joshua, I should say. But the very fact that he's trying to milk this as much as possible and still get nothing is just like, bruh, like it's crazy. But I mean, if it gives your life meaning and it gives you something to do, and that's the whole purpose you're even here on Earth, then I mean, hey, that's all you. If that's what you think, you know, I'm not gonna change your mind. I've already told you like how to change your mind, but if you chose to do that, that's all on you, X Deadly's clone. Um, and it's a little bit the same with Joshua, because I know he doesn't like any of those people in that little gamer group. And if he pretends to now, I mean, like, they're all eventually just going to fight and then, you know, disband. That's what happened in everything else. If I was around it, like CGS, for example, I guess Royals and Pop Tart didn't like each other. Or no, I think they always did. It wasn't, what was it? Maybe there's something there. But different situations, like even in the clans like that I did, people disagreed and people disbanded because of the negative stuff that you know, people will disagree on too. So the very fact that, you know, they all do that and then, you know, eventually will disband, it's like, okay, all that dedication and effort and all that energy you put into, you know, trying to be friends with someone when you know it's not going to work, or just trying to do these things and just teaming up because you don't like uh ex deadlies or something, and it's like, then when they know I'm right, after they like fight and then they stop being around each other, it's like, bruh, I literally told you this was gonna happen, and it was going to happen anyways. That's what's gonna happen. So if it hasn't already, you know, they're only there to just like talk bad on me, and that's the only reason why they're together, is just to do that. That's the only reason why they even exist at all, because their channels and whatever they make have no substance and no purpose on the platform. They don't upload any content. They're not content creators. They don't have any purposes to even being on the internet besides like just watching as an audience member. That's all they really are. They're not a content creator, and they're not people that are anything but a freaking audience member. And they've proven that. They still prove that. And they will prove that every single day going forward. As long as they even are in that little gamer group or have, you know, anything to do with video games too, then it's like, then they're just gonna keep feeling like that, because, you know, people are glued to electronics and screens and freaking gaming. So that's what it does to your brain rot.
Thing around me or me, it doesn't entertainment's universe that I'm well, and around me or me, it doesn't fit in well, and the homies X710 and Legendary Grand Entertainment's universe that I'm creating, it doesn't fit well there. Enjoy being in the stream, but I do play with their friends. Like that one people kid, you know, there's my favorite ones. There's, you know, my parents did an amazing job of. I had to teach myself that somewhat, but for the most part, you know, my parents did an amazing job of what they did. And I know that might be like a little serious or deep or whatever, but it's not that serious. I just wanted to quote that because. Fuck yeah!
Absolutely favorite this.
For reasons.
Oh,
This
dang,
is
I thought it was the
one
whole
of my favorite
clip.
ones, and this one is one I'll be sticking by every day going forward.
Right, this
every
one, come
day that I have been here for the last 22 years. Every day that I have, you know, woken up. Every day that I go to sleep. I want everybody to know, if I can make one person laugh long enough to forget their problems, then my day was not wasted.
Boom. Right there.
Or come to my channel. If there's a chance to, I will invite as many people possible to a couple. Just one of the Merc Music, for example, he would do the open lobbies.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I was going to do that, but no one cares about Call of Duty anymore. Oh, shoot. That would have been lit. That's where Fun Wars was going to happen. That was that game mode I made in Origins Alliance back in the day. Alright, I'm just going to choose certain videos that are just, like, not long. Yeah, 40-minute videos? Nah. I am not doing that. This one's funny. I love this one so much. So the point of this video is because he's using the Alpha Shadow Hawk gamer tag that he only had during the Origins Alliance clan back in 2016 and 2017, and he still uses it to this day. So I made a video that basically already was made and basically already happened, and everybody in the clan knew it. And it was kicking Origins Hawk from Origins Alliance.
Also, like, our old CEO kind of got in between us also. He, like, kind of turned us all against each other. You guys all agree to that? Unanimously. And the problem is, bro, when you have, like, a situation where you're 25, 25, 25, 25, it's not necessarily just up to me at that point. It's like if 3 people get played, come on, guys. I don't know if people really realize how crazy business you're getting. Because they'll always just brush it off as business. Morals don't matter in business. Our CLO, she ended up selling shares.
Yep, morals.
Everyone that kind of sounds like insider trading to me. Crazy amount of coincidences, man. Good old insider trading, man.
Yep. That's what's gonna happen with gravity, if gravity even does anything.
Who's Gravity? Anyway, yeah, I don't know what Gravity or frickin' these made up Empire games, Faded Empire, or what the freak? Faded Empire? Gravity? What in the flying and grounded MF does that even mean? What is a gravity? What is that? Like I said in my track, from Kentucky, get fried. If that guy's from Texas, he's outplayed by Optic. There's nothing else to say. I mean...
Also, I think the majority of people on these lists that were kicked, I still think that they do represent FaZe and did a really good job representing FaZe.
Sarcasm, but him still representing Origins, and we're talking about the Alpha Shadow Hawk clone, because he's using a gamer tag I let him borrow, and keywords, when he was in the clan, I let him borrow the Alpha Shadow Hawk gamer tag because it was made on PlayStation. So if it's made on Xbox or named Hawk with 2 Ks, firstly, it's an X Deadly's clone. Secondly, it's an Alpha Shadow Hawk clone. Thirdly, both of those together. So that means that he's supporting a clan that has been inactive since 2017 for some reason.
Overall, and what they stood for, at least.
Just like Joshua with the Origins Alliance to this day, 2024.
To be fair, a lot of people will view FaZe very differently through different lenses, depending on whenever you heard about them. For a lot of people that were around for a really long time, they knew FaZe as, you know, trick shotting in particular, Call of Duty specifically, the New York house, and even well before the New York house with all the montages and other things like that. But that whole ship itself, in terms of like producing montages and episodes and things like that, that whole genre of things has absolutely died out, or at least isn't worth investing into at this point as an entire organization, which I completely understand. Now, obviously, that community is still there, it's alive, but it's not like how it was. And even people that still produce that content know what it is.
Yep, this is FaZe Jev.
That's him officially saying that no one gives a freaking crap about Call of Duty anymore. Him saying that the whole trick-shotting, FaZe Clan, anything like that, they don't care about anymore. FaZe Jev, okay? This is the guy that Joshua stole his color pink, his headphones that FaZe Jev's known for, and because someone else is known for something, obviously Joshua has to steal it. I'm known for YouTube. was known as X Deadly's with the 2 Z's, and yeah, it was inspired. That gamer tag was inspired
half of because of me, and the other half of because FaZe Jev's friends gamer tag, and because Jev was used to be named X Jev. So obviously there's the inspiration there. It doesn't mean I'm copying it. Doesn't mean I'm literally like copying it to its bare freaking bones. But copying an entire brand thing that FaZe Jev has as pink, something that's in his brand as business, is disrespecting FaZe Jev. He's disrespecting Jason. He's disrespecting one of my favorite people. That, the fact that he's my favorite person, I guess, doesn't matter in this whole entire thing. It's the very fact, whether I like him or not, the very fact that he's stealing his brand business thing that he's doing, and he's using that pink color for his brand and merch or whatever the heck he thinks he has. Like, it literally has a gamer tag, my gamer tag, and FaZe Jev's color. So who's he promoting? FaZe Jev and me, basically, at that point. He's not even his own original self. He's not original. What has he done for the community? What has he done for anybody? Nothing. That's my point. Prove me wrong. Go ahead. Go in chat. Say it in chat right now. Come on. Come on, chat. I'm right. It's my favorite part.
Himself saying that Call of Duty's not as popular. It's not what it was. Uploaded on April 27, 2024. This is an official upload. It said it out of his mouth. If you want me to replay the clip, here it is.
Fair, a lot of people will view FaZe very time how his organization was, and even
FaZe, red and black jacket with the black logo, the FaZe Clan logo. Then they know.
I showed him FaZe
the
Clan.
truth.
I showed
Since
him
FaZe has released their tweet.
Oh, dang, Modern Warfare 3, the first Call of Duty I had. The Master Sword in the background. That's what I'm talking about. The first Legend of Zelda sword. My trophies. Back there. Oh, man, I love it. I love this. I had to get my chain on. There's that crown. You already know.
I had that for years. Before 2016.
Talking about this, by the way, what I just said in the video, I had this for years. What's this? What's this? Show Joshua this. He knows what it is. This is that game that had a lot of memes. Gonna need more coin. Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. You want to debate? You want to talk about it? Come on. Now's the time. August 2024. Now's the time. You want to talk about some X Deadly's clones? Let's talk about it. That little game group? Let's talk about it. Come on. No one's stopping you. No one's stopping you. I don't have no one blocked. Let's talk about it. If you don't know and you don't understand, you weren't there for it. You weren't there. Only me and Joshua was. Only me and him know. Whew.
I just want to make this clear from the get-go.
Oh, yeah. I wrote this as a script, by the way. It's hilarious.
There's no hard feelings for anyone in the team.
I love this so much. It's so good. Oh, my God.
I believe that this will be the best decision for everyone going forward. And this decision has had required no thought, as it was obviously needed for the clan's evolvement, progression, and was the best decision for myself, the business, the clan, and everyone. In order to continue releasing certified bangers and hit sick-ass McTwisties on verbal bot randoms, this is something that needs to be readdressed going forward. Because it seems that one person being the focal point of this video,
not a co-leader,
including a few others,
not a leader,
do not understand that you cannot take what someone else has made and did and label it as your own and not look like a dumbass with this decision made in 2017.
Come on, where they
reminded it in May of 2024. He is not allowed to use this gamer tag anymore. This is illegal and a weak move. A sign of desperation, panic, egotistical and narcissistic disrespect for being a sociopath, under pressure of not knowing what to do without his mentor, and non-courage.
Exactly, his mentor.
Alpha Shadowhawk was an alternate gamer tag I made myself back in 2013.
because I'm weird, and I decided to make an alt for fun, and I did not use it after some time, and I let Joshua borrow it for the time being when we was doing the clan. After 2017, we went our own separate ways, and I went back home with the gamer tag in my console where it was made. On the PlayStation 3.
Exactly. Not an Xbox.
He had
What
made
the
a
freak
mistake
is
and
that?
went forward thinking that he was given the opportunity to obtain that name and even earn that name without a single piece of work for the clan. From 2016 to 2017, he did not hit a single clip online.
Actually, from 2016 to 2024, he has not hit a single clip, unless you count split quad feeds and just basic. Like, basically the first ever clips to be hit by someone, if it wasn't Grizz or Pomage or just certain players that usually hit kill chains normally, casually, we're talking about the very first clips ever from a quad and up. Like, that's how... And that was like 2013. He's 11 years late on hitting a freaking clip. Like, if he hit that clip years ago, people would be like, oh, shoot, that was not bad. That wasn't, as good as it could have been with more kills. And instead of just sitting in the spawn on Rust and mostly hard scoping, like, when did he get colorblind? That's another thing. Like, what?
Not even on bots. He agreed to work for the clan and liked FaZe Clan as much as me, at least he said, but he did not put in any work when it came down to actually performing to become the next FaZe Clan.
Here's the thing. Joshua did one thing. He did one thing. And it wasn't even something he basically did. Before I gave him the Alpha Shadow Hawk gamer tag, he didn't have a name. I brought up the fact that, hey, you want to borrow this since you're going to do the whole clan thing? Do you want to just borrow this while you're in the clan? He said yes. He borrowed Alpha Shadow Hawk. He made an email named like Shadow05 something. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually his email or not. I don't know. I think that's his username or something like that. But he has this thing called Shadow he made from Alpha Shadowhawk. On top of all of that, he also called himself Shadow in a series called World War III Battle of Treasure. Before that, I gave him the Alpha Shadowhawk gamer tag. I didn't have a name for him for the show. I named myself Caliber because the Barrett 50 caliber was one of my favorite snipers on Modern Warfare 3 because of how good it is, and you don't have to cock the weapon back or wait seconds. It's instant, but it's a weird moving gun, but it's good and it's awesome. And I've hit a clip with it way back in the day, which was a sick clip, and it's on that mall map. What is it called? It's not Lockdown. Baccarat? No, actually, maybe it is Lockdown. Anyway, whatever. It's on that mall map, right? On the top floor, there's the escalator in the middle. And, oh my, that was a sexy clip. I'll have sex with that clip. And straight up, like, and he's calling stuff sexy, too. That's stuff that I did. And then now he's saying it. Like, why is he basing his whole personality on ex-deadlies? Like, what? Anyway, point is, the only thing he came up with is his name Shadow in World War III Battle of Treasure when he did it. Before he deleted all that stuff, obviously, on his channel, when he had it on his channel, and all the Georgie the Bear stuff. He deleted all that. All of that. Because it's stuff that I made. He had no ideas in that. Absolutely nothing. Except being the cameraman and being a part of the whole thing. When he did a little bit of that, alright, sure, he was there for that. But besides that, the rest of it, 99.99% of it was me. Oh, okay, fine. In the Georgie series, being a little bit of a part of it, and World War III Battle of the Treasure, and being the camera person for those, alright, I'll give him about 1%. So, 99% of it still was me. I'll give him 1% for doing that. Alright, that's that. I'll give him that much credit because he did help the whole thing. But then deleting it, alright, that's when the credit just goes away. But it still happened and he still had credit before. Doesn't mean he has it now because it's not a thing anymore. I mean, it is on somewhere on YouTube. But that's World War III Battle of Treasure. For Georgie the Bear, like, it's less credit now because he deleted all of them. I didn't even get to, get them before he deleted them. And then said he was hacked when it was obviously him. So that's the stuff I'm talking about. When I'm talking about manipulating his fans and trying to shift a narrative and make up these stories that never happen and lie to his fans, that's what I'm talking about.
Quote unquote. As was my plan. Then ours when I recruited him as the co-leader of the clan. Since 2017, he has been continuously using a name that he's not able to explain how he got it
Exactly.
or explain the origins of the name.
Come on, explain it.
Not only was doing this a mistake, but a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
So, Logan Paul's apology video, I watched it. I'm like, wait, no, I didn't watch it, but I did years ago when it first happened. And I'm like, you can't just feel like that after you did that. Are you like your brother, the sociopathic thing with Shane Dawson and all that? Anyway, I don't know. But I took that because, you know, it was, to some people it was like funny. So I took that and I'm like, all right, if that wasn't funny, let me put it in a funny way. So I did this and basically used what he said in his apology and put it in this video. I didn't even explain that in the not the comment section, the description.
Expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize for
I also changed some of the words, of course.
all of you to witness and deal with the Josh for over a year. When he was on camera, that was him being
Gosh, I
raw
wish I didn't put
and
him on
unfiltered. Unlike how he acts
Such a
now,
mistake.
he does not know how to act, but know how to feel about video games. He should not have posted any videos. He should have kept his cameras down, stopped recording what he was going through
Exactly.
after he had been kicked from Origins Alliance, and ran away from his leader, scared to death. There was a lot of things he should have done differently, but he didn't. To this day, I remain uncredited for putting him on the platform, introducing him to the first-person shooter gaming franchise known as Call of Duty, and allowing him to borrow an unused account / gamertag for what was under a year. This is not an apology. This is not a question. This is not a message. This is me before leaving a statement. This being a reminder of that statement. Origins Hawk has been officially kicked from Origins Alliance.
Done.
And I,
Done.
including Legendary Grand Entertainment and ZX's Grand Element, have no affiliation with this person.
Exactly.
And have not, even since 2016.
Exactly.
What does this mean for Joshua now? This means he has been known as Joshua since 2017. After his absence from coming over and going for clips, and also not working with me, he had no use in the clan besides being another casual player to play with on the game.
No, he had a job. He got a job. The homie Zach710. He was too busy for all this YouTube stuff. He took a break. He got a job. He had a job, you know, it's not an excuse. But, like, he had a job, all right? It's so important to have a job. It's more important than all of this, even though all of this is the reason why other people are complaining and this is the reason why gamers are mad is because of all that. But he had a job, all right? He had a job. Yeah, that was one of the complaints I got from one of them.
He still continues to be this day, without me, showing no signs of improvement or dedication and effort.
Exactly.
Showing YouTube what he was in Origins Alliance, that being another person who was just there.
Exactly. What has he done? That's what I explained earlier. What has he done? Where's his effort, dedication, blood, sweat, and tears? What has he grinded? His colors from FaZe Jev. Most of the content ideas are from Extedleys. He's not original, so he doesn't exist. Well, I mean, you know, there's a lot of copy and paste that can happen. But as the basically worst copy and paste there is, he doesn't exist, basically. If they took him off the platform, it wouldn't be any different. Well, yeah, it would, because, you know, YouTube would be a better, safer place that everybody would want to come to, and more people would actually come back to YouTube, and then more professionalism will happen. All the advertisers that left YouTube years ago in the adpocalypses and stuff like that will come back, because they got rid of a unprofessional, immature child that has Fortnite installed.
For Origins Alliance, it has been inactive for over 7 years, with all of the members being kicked and then disbanding almost at the very exact same time.
Yes.
I have lost contact with the majority of the clan members and do not plan to regain contact as they are doing other things now. What is the clan and esports team doing going forward? With all of that said, the current roster in the clan and competitive team of ZXGE includes me, the homie Zach710, or ZXGE Zach710. With this information going forward, ZX's Grand Legion, or the clan club tag being ZXGE, will continue thriving and expanding, leaving the doors open for anybody that wants to be a part of an amazing journey through Call of Duty, gaming, and much more. Many a more. Now I'm going to enjoy myself some raspberry ice cream. So, that's what I'm going to do.
That was fire.
Thank you and everyone in LGE. Enjoy yourself. I appreciate each and every single one of you for the support and everything through the 12 years I have been on YouTube. Next year is 13. Let's keep it rolling. Have a legendary grand day, everyone.
Yes, sir. Technically, I have one more video, but it's about why I do roast tracks, and
most people misinterpret and do like a misconception. There's this like misconception here that people are talking about. Oh, you're doing diss tracks and.
Yeah, basically something that's self-explanatory. It's something that I made up called roast tracks. They're not diss tracks because I didn't make up diss tracks, and I also don't do diss tracks. I don't even have a single diss track. But how I feel about my song Crown King V2, because the original song was just like rap and just it was a good song. But the problem was with the new version is I was using Georgie the Bear. And I couldn't really get his voice exactly, but using Georgie the Bear, making his voice as best as I can, the most accurate to his voice. I mean, I made the character, so... But JJ Orange said it sounded a little weird and robotic, and I'm not going to lie, that I don't know how the voice sounded like that at the finished product, but I didn't care, and I just wanted to put it out. That beat was used to be like a roast track, but with Georgie the Bear. And in this video, I explained how that was... I wish I used the beat for something else, that good of a beat. But there's way more beats, for one. For two, that was a creative, smart idea. But after all of that I did, you know, I think that was that. But I mean, like, I don't see it as a bad thing. In this video, I explained that I see it as, I wished I did something else with it. But I mean, like, it is what it is. And, you know... I just, I wanted to bring the song back, because I had Georgie the Bear on the freaking chorus / hook, and, you know, me on the verses, and then Georgie had a verse. But, you know, I thought about it, and I'm like, you know, I ain't even gonna lie, freaking, I've never seen Georgie talk about stuff like this, and stuff that's, like, negative. There was one time, I remember on X Deadlies, the channel. I don't know what happened to the video. I might have like unlisted it or something. But there's a video where Georgie came through after me and Joshua stopped being friends, and he sat down and he went in front of the camera for like 1 minute, and he said, stuff has happened between X Deadlies and Hawk, and this is how I feel about it. You know, I don't hate him, but like it is what it is. It sucks that it happened, and now I'm gonna go back to the lake. That's basically, to sum it up, what happened there. That was that. And like, that was back then. I don't know why, if I took the video down or what the freak happened to that video, but the only time he's ever been in drama, he said this, I don't go in this drama stuff, you know, I'm always at the lake. I don't got time for that. I don't do none of that. But because it was about, you know, Georgie the Bear, World War III Battle Treasure, and the homies, not the homies X10, X Deadlies, and, you know, all the stuff that was there, you know, he was there for the creation of Georgie the Bear. He actually helped with it a little bit. And I did most of the stuff I did to make him laugh. I did a lot of the stuff I did to just because, like friend moment stuff. Like, when I said we had friend moments, that was a part of it. I just did that, you know, because it was funny, too, to me, and to make him laugh. So I did stuff on purpose. And everybody has different sense of humors. You know, sense of humor is subjective, and comedy is. You know, some people don't got a sense of humor, or they force themselves not to have a sense of humor because they're just negative, and they just, like, you know, it is what it is. But everybody has a sense of humor. people can act like they don't have it. And I know I just said that some people don't, but what I mean by that specifically and technically is they don't, like, they choose to try to stay away from that and try to, like, not laugh or just try to not have a sense of humor. But everybody does. You know, humans do. That is what it is. You know, X Deadly's clone, the fat one, has that. No matter how many times he tries to deny it. Obviously, he laughs at my videos and he's a fan and he watches it all the time, like right now. And then freaking Joshua the same way, watches all my videos and likes it and he laughs at it and he enjoys it. He always comes back every year, just like the other one does. So, like, that for example, like, everybody got a sense of humor. The people that you surround yourself with, or like the person that you are, you will surround yourself with, and those people, you attract those people is what I'm trying to say. Like, those people will be attracted by you. It's just attraction, and it'll not like no like relationship, no actual like feelings, stuff like that. I mean just attraction in general. Like, you attract what you surround with in your environment and stuff. So if you're toxic or negative and that's how you are, you're gonna attract toxic, negative people. So that's why when, you know, Dark Mario started talking to Joshua, I'm like, hold the freak up, bro. You are not about to do that. You are not about to do that. He did that. He certainly, you know, did something very stupid. And Joshua fell for it because he's just that gullible, unfortunately. And, you know, a lot of people are going to misconceive what I say as like drama or me talking bad. No, that's not. That's just the truth. He's just gullible. That's why he's so easily manipulated and became a manipulator himself. And so because of that, there's just that. What was I finna say? Yeah, no, but like, going to that comment right there, have to take risks. There's a difference between taking a risk and making a mistake. And some people can be like, oh, but if you take a risk and it's a mistake, then you're doing both. No, it's either one or the other. That's the truth. Whether you like it or not. And freaking, like me, I take risks. And I also make mistakes because of those risks, but they're not the same thing. And, you know, one thing can lead to another on its own, unrelated to taking risk and unrelated to making mistakes. But, you know, one thing can lead to another when you are, and it could apply to this too. One thing can lead to another when you're taking a risk that ends up being a mistake. Now, if it's like continuous mistake and you do something that you know is, you know, going to end up being a mistake, then it's like, it's not a risk at that point. It's just going to be another mistake. Now, if it's successful, all right, but like, still, if you don't understand what I mean, then just never mind. If you get what I'm trying to say, then that's all. That's all that matters. That's all I'm trying to say. So, does anybody have any more things they want to say? The two viewers watching right now. Anybody else have anything else to say before I finish the stream? Because that's it. That's the entire stream. Anything else? I'll give you guys like the last 20 seconds and then I'm going to end the stream. If y'all don't say nothing, you're running out of time. Better say it. Yeah, so they just basically be mad that they can't do what I do, for being real. They just literally cannot do what I do, and they'll try to do everything they can to freaking be me, but you realize you can't be that person. That's just literally logically impossible, scientifically impossible. That's just unintelligent. Like, you just cannot, that just does not exist, the possibility of that even happening. If you think that's what you want to do, you need help. You have serious mental issues. You need help. You need better things to do and stop wasting your time on unprofessional things. You don't get money, you're not a businessman, then you're doing life wrong. I mean, that's how it is in the United States, of just getting money and all that stuff in general. But the very fact that, you know, you act like a certain person, but you're dumber than you look. Sometimes, for those people that are dumber than they look. And then they just, like, try to act a certain way, and then they end up just being stupid. And embarrassing themselves and humiliating themselves because they can't do nothing about the very fact that
just simple things that they can do that they act like they can't do because they're not putting in any time about it. And if they don't care about content or Twitch or YouTube, they only care about the money. They don't care about the fans. If they don't care about all that stuff, then why are they on my stuff saying stuff that's bad? Why are they being negative on my stuff? Why are they saying how I'm doing stuff wrong? If they didn't care about any of the platforms, they wouldn't be on it. Like if I was streaming on Twitch and they're on it, because they'll probably be. If they didn't care about it so much, why would they be on it if they didn't care? Like I said, it's a difference between not liking something and then not caring about something. So if you're a Karen and you don't like something that I do, go get help. Go get help. Because you realize that, and if you don't, eventually it will come to you. If it doesn't, then, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, that sucks for you, I guess. But if it ever occurs to you that, you know, your entire life is based on other people, that means you don't even have a life yourself. That's what I said in one of my quotes back then in like high school or something that I made up. And I mean, like, prove me wrong. That's all I'm saying. That's what I've been telling them. I've been proving them wrong, but they can't prove me wrong. No matter how much they try, because of video games, they're mad at video games. Talking about money that they steal and get from their parents, that fat X-Deadly's clone. Like, you don't even earn money, bro. You don't know what work is. Talking about how much followers he has on Twitch, but he's making videos on YouTube. Then he's going to make streams watching my content. Like, which one is it? Do you not care? Or do you just dislike me? Oh, you dislike me. Okay, good for you. I don't swing that way, but if you want to spend that much time, go for it. Same thing for Joshua, but like, you know, people like that will always be a nobody. You know, they want that fame because they have a bad life. They've never had that positive stuff in their life, so they use negative to get positive, and then it doesn't work, and then they're like, oh shoot, the homies X17 is right. And then they watch my content talking about stuff, and they're like, oh shoot, he was right the whole time. Like, I need to work on my life. Maybe I should go sign myself up. Maybe I should just, you know, get this stuff out, but, you know, they just don't do that. And so they continuously come back for years. Eventually going to be decades in a couple years. Just because they're mad about video games. I'm just saying, like, does any human see that as unintelligent besides me? Because of video games? How mature? Like, is there any brain development at all that's happened? Probably not. Anyhow, anyway, that's kind of my point. Like, they act smart, but to be smart, you have to know things. And if you don't know things and know what you're talking about, there's no purpose. And then when you have no purpose and you're doing stuff just to do it, then it shows what level you're on. That shows that you're on the zombie underground level, that you're not even on the basic level, not even of like how skillful and all your abilities, skills, and just like how low of a level it is, but just at life too. Content creation, music, gaming, whatever you want to talk about. That's when you know you can't beat other people and you can't be better than other people just because you guys give each other money, the little gamer group, and then you act like because you guys give each other money, that is the most like accomplishment in the world. But never put 1 second in an actual job. Except like fast food or McDonald's or, you know, these little things. And then act like you've done so much work and you've done so much just to come home and play video games after your job. Like, congratulations. It's pretty hilarious. Like, once you get to my level, then I'll let you know. Then I'll be like, okay, this person's on my level. This guy got a challenge. But no, none of these guys can challenge me no matter how many times they try. I've already beat him in a Black Ops 3 1v1 twice. I've already beat Dark Mario in 1v1s for years. Same with Joshua. So why should I bother beating them at something they've been mad at. Then when it gets into other things, it's like, how are we going there? It's about video games, so why are you getting mad at my music and getting mad at the content because of video games? Then they try to make it something else and overcomplicate things. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty hilarious that they can't prove me wrong. That's about it. They can't do anything, and yeah, I'm the best that ever lived.